Check my mic. Oh. Come on in here. Get on in here. Get up in here. Everybody.
Hey guys.
Hi.
What's up, Chad?
Hey.
What's going on? What's happening?
Not much.
Everything on?
Yeah. You know me. I have a new.
It's time for the roll call. Short and talk. How did I do that? Keisha. It was accident, Keisha. It was accident.
I'm back in 10.
It was accident. It happens. Come on in here. How you doing, Keisha? Good to see you.
I'm doing wonderful. 10. I had fun.
All right, you're going to have to tell us about it. You know, you had
Being supernatural.
You got people inboxing me. Hurry, yo, man, what you do, man? What you do, man? Why we ain't seen her in 2 weeks, man? What's going on?
No.
Say, man, don't she get a vacation, man? Don't she get to go on vacation?
Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get on in here and get ready for this show tonight. These ladies been waiting. They want to get in y'all ear with this. You hear me? They want to get in y'all ear. I'm going to do the same thing. Shout out to Jennifer for being the first one in the chat. Thank you so much. Everybody, hit the like button. That's all. Like, share, subscribe. You know the routine, man. On YouTube, go. Hit the buttons. What's up, Melissa? Country Girl with Grit. Laura White, Britt Brat, Andrea Davis, Kelly Ortiz. That's right. Aqua Oral. What's up, Yvette? Karen in the house, doing what she do. Do what you do, Karen. What's up, Karen and Tara? Tara up in the place. Tara, what's up, Tara? I feel like I'm in a TV game show. You're gonna sit in yeah. Audrey Adams in the building. I seen you. Audrey. My main man John back in the back. Come on up front, let him see what you do. What's up, Shawnee? I see you. Is that you? Hey. Up in here. What's up, Yoda? Holly White. Come on through. Up in here. Yes, indeed. The best. You better believe it. Y'all know we got Dolo on the West Coast now. It's our turn. We up there. What's up, Jennifer? Librarian. Chitty. What's up, Chitty? Illuminating manuscripts in the house. See you over there. Keisha in the chat. Keisha in the chat, y'all. Y'all ask her how was vacation. Come on. Shiny, you in the chat too? Go ahead.
I just got in the chat.
It's mean. Come on, y'all. Come on, get in here, everybody. Joey Tracy. Let me turn this AC off. Goodness gracious. Goodness, y'all ever had AC that was so powerful you feel like you walked into the freezer?
I thought that only happens in Mississippi because that's the only place I ever felt it.
Hey, I know you're wrong. I love it. It's everything I need. It's everything I need, but good gracious. This thing in this room is cold. It keeps the other two floors cool. Well, at least the downstairs. It keeps every room downstairs. I walk through the door when I come getting through the garage, open up the door, and the cold air be like, "Hey, where you been, champ? Where you been?" I'll be like, "Woo, thank you." Ah, but cold air falls. hot air rises.
Yeah.
So, summertime, man, I go upstairs and whew, like, why you couldn't do that to the rest of the house, man?
I know.
Do that to
You
the
gotta have like 2 or 3 fans. The room is on the 3rd floor. Like 2 or 3 fans. Need them to blow to be able to regulate the temperature.
I'm trying to conserve. I'm trying to see if I can go this season without using the house AC unit. You know what I'm saying? I'm using the small unit in this room. So I'm like, hey man, we gotta cut back. You know what I'm saying? Time's tight out here. It's tight out. It's getting tight.
Oh yeah.
So knowing that it's getting tight, let me say hello to the sponsorship this evening, because my goodness, without them, boy, it'd be a train wreck out here. Can I shout out my girl, Ayola? Get on the Ayola. And of course, my girl, got it. Yeah. I said it. I said it and I meant it. And that's what it is. Keish, how was vacation? Can you please tell everybody how was vacation, please? Because
it was wonderful. I had one. I know now, like when you're not dealing with a narc and you've been out of it for a couple years. When I date somebody, I do like water slides. Those are fun. I love dancing all the time. You don't want to be around complainers. I can't take that stuff. I don't want to talk about nobody. I don't care what they look like and they stuff. I just want to chill, have a nice time. They had nice music going. I got, really good dance skills in the pool, sitting down,
Do they have funny comedians though?
Yes, everything was wonderful. I seen all the shows. And last time I didn't do that. I seen all the shows.
You went on Carnival?
I went on Royal Caribbean, the Icon.
Okay. Royal Caribbean is fun. That's more kind of like my speed, because Carnival is so turned up. I don't know if I can hang, but I'm working my way up to a Carnival cruise, because everybody now, they be having the wild stuff. They be having the fights on it too.
It's pretty wild.
I think it's sometimes, but I think the majority of their cruises, the people, when I see people going on them, man, they be turned up the whole time like they're on Tom Joyner's cruise or something. I mean, and then when you go to a port and y'all pull up next to a Carnival cruise, man, it's a party on that joint. You be like,
yeah, that's the party cruise.
Keisha, did you go alone or who did you go with?
I took the family. I did go with the family.
Your dad?
My mom did go. Yeah, my dad did go. He's funny. Well, my mom, both of them are funny because you got the covert narc going on, right? With the mom. Okay. And she still be getting them. I be like, Dad, you still be letting her take you up top. Please stop. But it's always chaos and always confusion when it comes to my mom. Always. Even leaving, they had to try to get the cruise to pay for a lost crock of my niece. Like she lost her. Somehow they accused the housekeeper of stealing her croc shoe or something. I was like, I told my dad, you need to walk away. Walk away. That's what I do. I do the walk away. I don't even get involved.
Ladies and gentlemen, are y'all listening? This is what your vacation gonna turn into. You said that we had a good time. Everything was fun.
Yep.
And mom, and they not even together.
Mom, we got the crock for $12. I'm gonna buy her another one and buy a brand new pair. Don't worry about it. No. Oh no. Oh, not today. Which I think somebody came in here and stole that. I want a full investigation.
Yes. It goes so crazy. Port sites, everything goes so crazy. And the nieces, narcs in making, the way that they talk to if any man ever have a female talk to them, the way that I heard my niece, she's only 17, talk to their guy. I told my son, if somebody ever talk to you like that, hang up the first sentence. You do not allow yourself to be abused in that manner. It's like, no, what, you stupid or something? No, what you think I'm gonna wear those shoes for? I need what I look like wearing a $60 pair of shoes. I need the $200 pair of shoes. You hurt my feelings. All of that stuff. And that is what is groomed and promoted. Like, I'm in control of this relationship. We love each other. It's tough love. No, it's toxic. And that's what the definition is, so blurred, because it's so much like wickedness out here on what love is. None of that is love.
See, and I asked you, did you go with your dad? Because I feel like this is the little girl and you having the time with her dad that she was supposed to have. And I feel like that's what it is for you.
And this is what get crazy. Cause see, my dad, he was like, "Oh, you never disappoint," cause all the arrangements be done. I love traveling, so everything gonna go 100% smooth. He was like, "Man, you never disappoint." The
Wow.
mom, I get the side eye. I told him, I said, "Look, I know you feel like mothers have to be honored, and I get it. I do honor my moms. I'm cool. There was a reason I said not this trip." And he was like, "Well, no, she getting older. She married. She left the husband. The husband was still here. She goes, okay, she goes without him. That's the whole thing." But it's like, even that, it's so much jealousy and envy. Because my dad, like, he just, every birthday we used to like jump rope, all that stuff. I'm the only child. Anything my dad did or paid for, anything like that, it was like, who you think you are? Like, that should have been mine. Or
Wow.
I need him to do this for me. Like, it's so much growing up in a home, in a Jezebelic, narcissistic mother home. It's like it's never any credit. It's never a thank you. Even funding the trip, never a thank you, never any of that. And it's always a competition.
She gonna find a way to make sure she see y'all having fun. And now she itching. Because y'all think y'all about to leave here with these good memories of no, it's not gonna happen. So the whole trip, she just don't want to give it to you day one. Just don't want to give it to you all, not with both barrels, but by the last day, you will know the fury.
Yes, it's every time for karaoke. It's like, oh, what song you gonna pick? Oh, I'm gonna do "I Will Survive." Oh, I think I'm gonna do that song. So what are we competing? It's like, it's all of that.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm sorry. She would have known what it felt like to be a slave thrown from the boat, because I'd have had to throw it. Like, you gotta go. Throw mama from the
I
train.
booked smart though. I did go on the opposite side of the cruise. I booked smart. So I'm gonna stay all the way on a different part of this big, large boat. You gonna see me about 5 times.
But you know what? That's the thing. See, we be thinking they know how to have a good time.
Yeah.
They do not know what a good time is as it relates to us. A good time to them is ruining the cruise. Shut down. Matter of fact, poke a hole in the side of it so it starts sinking. So everybody got to go home, because that's their way of thinking. Like, you had your mind and your eyes set on this beautiful vacation of family and grandeur.
Yeah.
No. She had her mind made up. Not here. Not on this trip you won't. No, oh no, you will not.
You just can't make it up. Drinking all the time. So drunk. I mean, my older sons.
Oh no.
One of my grown son, he had the drink plan, so he went with his friends. They had their own thing. She mainly hung with them because that was the supply for all of the alcohol. Like, she hit him up all the time. I was like, I'm still playing the whole drink. She hit him up. She was like, wait, where your son at? I need to find him. I mean, that's crazy.
And that's what they do. They never want to provide anything. They figure they entitled to everybody's drinks, everybody's food. My sister is like that. And she will just walk in your house and open your fridge and eat your food or drink whatever. I know we took her, she went to an anniversary party and took it upon herself to walk right into the anniversary and open their drink. How in the hell you do that? How do you open somebody's anniversary drink? That's that entitlement.
It is an entitlement. Yes, it
Easy.
is.
I know y'all ain't special. Y'all ain't special. You ain't nobody. You ain't nothing.
Yeah. It was just that. I mean, if people want to understand how this is, and then you were able to see all the different like narcissism throughout the cruise. You see the couples that have the mom like dressed all the way up, heels on at the swimming pool. I mean, like heels that you would wear, heels, jewelry, everything on point at a swimming pool. But the husband walking, way behind with the child, sad, both them looking sad, the mom on the phone looking angry, don't touch, this, or if they try to kiss, they move away. And it can go, it was the other way around too. You seen the guys that you knew, they were narcissists, they hanging over everybody else in the pool. The wife is sitting there, getting those backwards compliments like, oh, you frowning, or they picking with them, or they dunking them, stuff like that. That is embarrassing. But these are things that narcissists do because they don't care at all about people. They only care about, one, they want the attention and light shined on them. And two, they want people to validate, like they want people to worship them. And that's it. And getting their needs met. They want things free.
They want to be the center of attention in every conversation. They want to have a conversation around people that are first going to be agreeable. So that once they build their backing, now wherever I go, I know I got this person and that person going to be listening when I talk. So now let me recruit some more, but it's off going, well, now I'm going to hang over here for a second. Let me get it together. But by the end of this trip, I'm going to be the star of the show.
Mm-hmm.
They do not know how to have a good time. They're watching you and you sitting there, y'all doing karaoke. See, with us, we having fun because we outside. We smell the fresh air. We on the ocean. It's a cruise. Everything perfect. We having fun. See, we having fun just because we're there. And it's already an atmosphere set up for us to enjoy and have a good time. But like you said, you can see the narcissism from the moment you get on the boat. You see the couples who actually have a nice time, or at least they look like it. And then you see the other ones. It's like, let me not get around over there, boy. I already see it. And then you have some couples. Y'all know we changing the subject tonight, y'all. we going to talk about vacationing with these narcs tonight. Because you do have those couples that you sitting there on the trip, right? Y'all chilling, and everybody, you go to the airport and you see somebody, family member, especially when you're doing a family trip or something like that, and some of y'all on the same flight, and y'all talking on the flight and everything seems like it's so cool. We about to have so much fun. And then y'all get out on an excursion and all hell almighty bust loose. And you sitting there trying to figure out, what did I miss? What happened? I thought y'all was tight. Why y'all come on this trip and y'all know y'all crazy? Why y'all on this trip and y'all know y'all crazy? Or at least one of y'all know that the other one is crazy. Why you bring that fool on this trip? Because see, some people, and we talking about us, y'all. Let me raise my hand in that. Some people don't understand. Your partner, you ain't even call him a partner. We gonna call him your frenemy. Your frenemy, because I can't call it a spouse, a husband, a wife. We can't call it that. Your frenemy. You know they crazy. You know that when they get around people, they gonna show out in the right situation. But you thinking, I'm gonna be able to take you on this trip, and we gonna be able to, sort things out. We're gonna be able to have fun. This will be good for our crazy relationship, right?
Your parasite. Well, not frenemy, parasite. Your parasite. You think you about to take
Thank
this
you for
parasite?
rectifying me. Thank you for correctifying me. That parasite you with that is gaining, that's literally sucking the life energy out of you
Yes.
every time. And don't you dare, how dare you go out here and be smiling too hard, be enjoying yourself too much. You better not think about going out here and enjoying yourself and you having a ball and you watching every other people out here enjoy themselves and have a good time. And then y'all in the room, y'all in the room together and y'all, it's an event about to come up. Like, oh man, let's hurry up and get up to this show. And they know you want to see that show.
Yeah. That happens.
I mean, why you want to see that show? I mean, that stuff is stupid, ain't it? I mean, what? And you sitting there like, huh? We on a cruise. What you mean? We went to the show, man. What you tripping about? Oh man. Okay. So now they've already established. Look, I got you. I stung you. You're not going to enjoy yourself. And you sit there like, man, I don't even care. You walking in front of them slightly. And see,
and they walking behind you laughing.
Listen, not just laughing. They walking behind you, and then they gonna say something. Oh, you just gonna leave me. Because see, they know that you eager to get to this place to have a good time. They know you eager. Yeah. They know it's something you want. Remember, this is something you want. Now it's their job to ensure you don't get it. You're not going to have a good time tonight. No, you're not. I am going to pull on you every time I see you smile. Every time this comedian cracks a joke, it ain't going to be that funny. Okay? Something okay, I ordered a Shirley Temple. This got salsa water in it. What is this? No. I'm ready to go.
And you know what? And they 9 times out of 10, the reason you take them with you is because they either guilted you into it or you felt sorry for them, for, leaving them behind. And that's how they end up on these trips with you. And then their intentions, they'll sell you the whole, oh yeah, I love New Edition. I want to see New Edition. Then when you get there, man, I don't want to see them. They don't have no songs I really like. I don't want to see them. It's always something.
And they gotta tear what you like down though. Indirectly though. They're gonna do it in a way where it's indirect. Man, don't nobody want to hear no old New Edition song, man. Come on.
I'll tell you. It's like
well, let's go to the club. Let's go to the place where the DJ at. Let's go do something I want to do.
Yep.
Then after they sucker us into going to do what they want to do outside of what we want to do, they in a better mood. They're in a much better mood because now you gotta make what I want to do fun. Because now you gotta go do what they want to do, and you can't do what they just did to you. You can't do that to them.
Oh no.
No, you gotta have fun with it. You gotta, oh yeah, blah blah blah, and yeah. You gotta turn with it, because see, it's always going to be about altering your reality. It's always going to be about, because at the end of the day, they want to be able to say, see, and you want to go see stupid New Edition. We went over here to this old Baccarat room, and we was over there playing Baccarat. We had a ball.
And you know what, too, Harry? Not even just that. On the flip side of that, if you don't even enjoy yourself, they say you ruined their night. And they didn't talk you into going to do what they wanted to do and talked you out of what you wanted to do. And because you're not enjoying it, but you're doing it because they asked you to, you ruined my night. I didn't get to enjoy this because you were complaining or because you were frowning and all this type of stuff. It's all these people always got
the Lulu. Like Karen said, the Lulu.
about you all the time.
Yes. They have the boredom. So you have that boredom threshold, that boredom frequency, right? And below that, that's them. They can't really go above that. If they're bored, it's bored or below. Times that we feel like, oh, this narcissist is exciting, they fun, or they did this. No, they never did that. You were like that. You probably were fun. They were mirroring you. We all know that term. But they only laughing and having a good time in the beginning because they know they deceiving somebody. They know they're hurting somebody. When you really sit down and you like detox from all of this stuff and you heal, you go through the deliverance process and all of that, and you really sit and you listen to these words that come out of their mouth, everything is negative.
Yes.
And look up
About
here.
somebody else.
About somebody. They
They
always
always speak
somebody.
highly of themselves, but
Mhm.
always got something bad to say about somebody else. And I tell you, these people, the greatest people in the world, they all American. There's nothing they can't do. They can
Right.
they can cook, they can
Yeah.
sing, they can box, they can wrestle, they can play football, and they dwarfs, and they can do all of this.
Everything.
Yes,
and
nothing they
and you can
cannot do, and they
condition
do it
yourself
better.
to listen. Like if we get so conditioned that once we're ripped apart, like once God pull us out of that demonic energy, once we separate, that's the addiction piece. Like that's the drug. Like you want to hear that demonic energy again because you're so used to somebody just going da, 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 in your ear. And that's what you have to like really break from, is that whole identity. That whole identity was wrong. And it has to start with the family. Like I had to really put boundaries on my mom's. Like, bruh, no, not doing this. You feel like this because you need deliverance. You need Jesus. You need a savior. And it's like all of that stuff, you know, dealing with that. If I was to like, okay, let her keep doing that, it'll still leave a wound open for this narcissist that the devil sent in the spouse or relationship form to come back around and the Hoover be successful. You have to deal with the root of the narcissism, that family root, in order to really, really break free. And you got to stay
Felicia,
authentic to yourself.
let me get on you because you know better. She had no business going. I don't care how sorry if you
On
felt
my
for her.
dad's stuff, he was like, "I paid for her to go because that's your mom."
No.
That was on him. I
Yeah, but you
away
shouldn't
from
have
her on that boat.
participated in that. You know the no contact. I don't care what it was, what it had to be. You knew that you was not supposed to participate in that. You know
There
better,
you
Keisha.
My
You know
bad.
I'm gonna
I'm
get
telling you,
on you.
I've seen her a few times. I was all of, you know how big the icon is? That's the biggest ship out there. I was on the whole other
go.
side doing everything else. She
Hold on,
was
hold
with
on. Whoa,
my
whoa,
son.
whoa, 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 whoa. Man, ladies
My
and
son
gentlemen,
was like, I can't shake her. I was like,
is-
you got
that
that
is
drink
the
card.
biggest ship in the world right now. And it is just literally made, it's like putting two or three of those ships together. It's so big and so much to do. It is so beautiful. I can't wait till I get on there. It is so beautiful. Just seeing the pictures of it, it just puts you mentally in a different space. And it shows you once you go to a place like
Yeah.
that and you with or around narcs, it shows you, it gives you a totally different insight on how toxic they really are. Because you like, man, these people have scientifically, okay, not just we got good attitudes, scientifically, those people, when they build ships like that,
Mm-hmm.
build it, and everything about that ship says happiness.
Yeah.
Everything around it says freedom, relax, you're in good company. You got, and for the people that can't see it, visually see it, there are people on the ship to assist you in
Yeah.
having a good time. They're there strict. Listen, everybody that works on the boat, they are there to make sure you're having a wonderful time the entire time you're there. They're giving you no excuses because they know. They know about narcs. They know it's gonna be who's gonna get on the boat and say, "This ain't nothing. This ain't nothing. What is this?"
See, but you know what? I'm afraid of water, and I would never go on a ship with a narc because I've had one tell me before, "You better not go in the water with me. I'm gonna push you in." I said, "Well, you know I can't swim. Well, I'm gonna save you." Heck, no, I'm not going nowhere near no water with no narc, no way, no how, because that's their way of saying, "Oh, I was just playing, but she drowned." They can off you, in those situations.
Can't really throw you off a ship like that. I mean, they can.
When I had one try to throw me in a Gulf down in Texas, try to throw me straight in the Gulf.
They have alarms on the boat too. If somebody is actually falls over the boat, an alarm goes off.
Yeah, but I'll be gone by then.
Yeah, it is definitely insane.
They'll lower the boat down and somebody come out there and get you sooner or later.
What
but
part I can't swim did you not understand?
I did see a very active marine kingdom that I seen in the Caribbean. That stuff goes down. I guess it's the Sargasso Sea, something with the seaweed, wherever we was at, Bermuda Triangle. I was like, I really was having the conversations with God a whole bunch in them staterooms. Like, okay, God, I know I be tripping. I know you got them angels with me because I do be tripping. Like, I don't know why I'm sitting here on the Sargasso Sea. I didn't know this was the Bermuda. But I seen like the mermaids filmed it. I seen her the pictures like, bruh, this stuff is out here on the iPhone. So when we man, like when we talking about these narcissists and things, these are deities, like they are highly tied to the marine kingdom. The demonic spirits that swap with them with their bodies is the ones that come from the sea. And there was so many of them coming through that portal. But we are not dealing with like an average person you can talk sense into. We're not dealing with that. You are dealing with a war that is coming from straight from the demonic kingdom to destroy everything that you have. Still kill, destroy. That is their only assignment. And seeing all of that stuff happening and the warfare, because I just started praying. First, I was practicing my karaoke song. Then I went to take a picture. I seen the little lady thing in the sea. I'm like, oh, that ain't supposed to be there. So I was like, okay. I had this little food. I guess it contained like some alcohol. I couldn't eat it. I was like, I think I'm going to need my Bible. Because I seen a little picture and a little nymph thing or whatever was in the picture in the ocean. I was like, okay, I guess I got to do some things different here. But that stuff was definitely going down. It just showed, it reminded me of the warfare. So after I seen that stuff, I was just like, that was a whole lot. Close the blind, still had a good time. See, when you out outside of that narcissistic bullcrap, you can see all of that supernatural stuff and still have a good time. I was like, I'm just gonna shut the blinds here, shut the little curtains, go back out here. They got this all you can eat stuff. Some of their stuff don't close at midnight. I can get the desserts. They constantly changing them. It was wonderful. They had the fresh food. I'm like, oh, this is wonderful.
Man, the kitchen is open all night. Anytime you feel like going out there to it, or you can call room service, or man.
I haven't seen my dad at 1 a.m. I'm like, Dad, you up? He's like, oh, there you go. It was like, I'm having a good time.
You know what I mean? See, that's the thing right there. You do get to see some of the family really enjoy themselves, have a good time, but then you got that one person, that narc. You got that narc sitting there saying, are we back yet? When is it over?
Yeah.
It's not this.
They cannot enjoy themselves.
This boat ain't all that. It's all right.
Yeah.
Because they always had jealousy and envy. So if they got jewelry stores there, if somebody buy like a man buy a female some jewelry, that's a whole envious conversation because their dude is not doing it. So it's always something that the narc is upset about. No, well, they spending all this money. Why would they buy it? He probably cheating. They probably doing this. That's always that under the boredom threshold, negative demonic vibration.
Hold up. Lord have mercy. if I'm out somewhere, family, and somebody say something about the money, I'm gonna I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. How much this stuff cost? What is it?
Yeah.
Man, shut up and have a good time. Just shut up. Please, please shut up and have a good time. Please.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's a
Oh
lie.
my goodness, I hate that. I hate that when somebody, I mean, they just don't know how to just have a good time. They don't know how to just shut up and just enjoy themselves. Do what we do. Okay. You don't know what to do, then just follow what I do and pretend you happy. Okay. Just pretend, because that's all they're doing anyway.
Not
All
happy.
they doing anyway is pretending.
They're never happy. It's impossible. They don't have the spirit inside of them to be happy.
It's not,
They
man.
just grumpy. They'll smile. They will be highly incapacitated in some way, shape, or form. Whether they're smoking as much weed as they can or getting drunk as much as possible, but they are not fully checked in. Like it take all of that for them to feel like I'm gonna have a nice time.
There you go.
See,
That's exactly what it is. They need so many other things to cope. Listen,
mm-hmm.
not to have a good time. They ain't gonna do that. What gives them a good time is destroying everybody else's good time. If the boat starts to sink, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Yes, yes.
I think we're gonna crash.
That's how you get a smile on their face when they see that everybody's good time has been destroyed. They sitting there. It's like this. They have to get numb mentally, sitting there watching everybody enjoy their life, enjoy they having fun. You look at you out here having a good time, and you just feeling free and fancy, and you dancing, and you just living your best life. And they sitting there like, man, I don't want to see that. I don't want to be around that. I don't want people like that. I don't want to be somewhere where y'all enjoying your life. I want to be somewhere and destroy your good life.
Yeah,
That's how I feel.
I was going to say this too, that these people use your childhood. See, in the beginning, when we first started doing this, we used to think that, they just use our childhood trauma, to abuse us. But they also use that childhood trauma too to make it seem like that you are abusive to them because of that, because of what you went through. And that's how they get you. And they also want you to feel like you're crazy because of what you've been through, but
Mm,
they're not.
come on.
They've been through far worse, but they managed to be the same ones. You're to blame for everything. Whatever your
Mhm.
parents did to you, whatever they do to you, whatever you're doing to you, you're always the blame for everything, even their trauma. And so, I just wanted to say that part because I thought about that for a long time, because I have had my trauma used against me, where a person would say I'm abusive to them because of my trauma. So that's the thing that they're starting to say now, because with me they can't figure me out. They can't pick my brain. And I also had one tell me that a therapist cannot get them to talk unless they want to talk. They said all we do is try to pick their brain, and they're not going to let them. So that's how they can manipulate a therapist, because they automatically know that a therapist is trying to pick their brain, and they don't want to let them inside to see what's really going on, so they manipulate that therapist.
And it's
Mm,
a whole demon. It's a demon of deception. When you call out the deceiver, you call out the deceiver and Leviathan and start hitting on that marine kingdom, that's what shut them down, because that's where it come from. They have a deceiving spirit. That thing governs them. It's a personality. It's a whole character inside of them. I mean, shoot, on some of them pictures, the one little, it was like a little lion thing. It looked like it was carrying a person or a soul or something. Like people be getting soul trapped in these things. Like there are some real stuff that goes down with the whole voodoo, hoodoo, witchcraft stuff, and they souls be going down there for work and everything, and they be sleep. The narcissists can be sleep because they give up their free will, or somebody can be under a curse or a hex or whatever, and they go. But there are some transports that happen, but they are, when they are checked out, their spirit is checked out. There's another spirit inside that vessel, and that spirit is talking through people. That spirit is deceiving. It's doing the function of it, and it's a deceiving spirit. And they say things. The enemy is very cocky. Satan's very cocky. His kingdom's very cocky, and they say all kind of stuff. But with discernment, the Holy Spirit gonna always be able to discern and be able to identify what is going on in somebody just by them speaking, because what they speak is in their heart. They can only speak their heart. But a demonic character like a narcissist is very dangerous because they are such a gatekeeper for these legions of wicked unclean spirits in the home. So you're gonna be attacked whether you with them wherever you go. If your boundary, if you are not so highly protected and know this stuff, and you have no clue what's going on, you are going to be so highly attacked by the kingdom of darkness. Even the first night of the ex was like the dreams was crazy just with that person because they operate on the level of a warlock. Like your dreams gonna be crazy, sleep paralysis, all of that stuff is gonna happen because that kingdom, they are operating on such a high level of a witch, warlock, priestess, priest for the devil, voodoo, whatever they want to call themselves. They are such on a high level that it's just legions that come with them into the home. The whole home goes ziggity boo. And then they alter your reality, your perception of who you are, what day it is, what time it is, what job you do.
What color is the sky?
Yeah, color is the sky. Everything, your bank account, how much you really make, all of that gets altered.
And that's what leads to, the title. They hope that the lie becomes a lie. They say it to themselves and to you so many times that the lie does become the truth. And that's exactly what they want. But like I said a while ago, all the stuff they saying to us, they done said over and over and over to every victim. It's nothing new. It's the same cycle, the same words, just tweaked just a little bit to fit the situation. And that's why some of y'all be thinking like the other situation is better and that they're treating that person better. No, it's a certain way that they have to approach that person in order for that person to stay. And that's why it looks like that situation is better than what you had when it's truly not. Because now y'all don't understand, the harder that they have to work and be nice to you, the worse they're going to treat you, because they felt like they shouldn't have had to do all of that just to even get you. They felt entitled to you from day one, that it shouldn't have never been hard. So now they're going to make life hard for you. They're not going to make it easy because these people don't like being nice. They don't like that mask. They want to take that thing off ASAP. But you make them keep it on and they hate you more and more, and they start to envy you and despise you because you made them pretend to be somebody that they cannot keep up with.
Yeah.
Man, you know what? Oh man, that was so incredible. That was so incredible what you just said. Ladies and gentlemen, when you were saying that, I was actually thinking of the exact conversation that I had with someone. I'm gonna keep this person nameless, and I'm just like, you just don't listen. You just don't care what I'm saying. That's what it is. You don't even care because you're not listening. You still talking to them, and you wondering why, and you wondering, well, why they still together? Why haven't they broke up yet? If they it's toxic, if you saying they is toxic with them as they were with me, why they ain't broke up? Well, first of all, you remember when they were toxic with you, and you not only did you stay in it as long as you could, you still sitting here waiting for them to get free again because that person is under a spell, just like you still are. I want to say were. I'm going to say you still are under a spell because you still wondering what's going on over there. Why is it working out over there? Why? It must be me. It must be me because they can't be doing to them what they did to me. Well, this is my question for everybody that thinks like that. So you think you special? You think that you're so special that the devil is going to stop being the devil just because they're not with you no more? The devil going to stop being the devil because they ain't with, oh no, they got to turn into an angel now because they ain't with you no more. Because you're so special that you the only one that they just in this life that's going to get to deal with the devil. You the only one. You are special. And this new person that they off over here torturing. And I'm torturing. Listen, man. If you even think that what you went through is going to be as bad as what the next person going through, then something wrong with you. Something wrong with you.
See, but you know what, Harry-O, that's because when people see in the Bible that it says the devil is the author of chaos, that's all they see. But it goes deeper than that. He's the author of chaos. He have to stir it, but he operates in comfort. And that's how he creates chaos. He gets us comfortable. When you're comfortable, that's how, and nothing is happening, that's how you know that you're on the same side as the devil. These people go over there to get these people comfortable. They have to make them comfortable in order to create chaos.
Come on.
And some of us, go ahead.
So in order to, I like how you said that, in order to get you comfortable, how could they get this new person that comfortable to torture them the way the way you saying they torturing this new person? Easy. The same way they got you.
It's idolatry.
Unconditional attention.
It's all idolatry.
Body out with so much attention. You got so much attention, and guess what they do when they put the cherry on top of that attention? They become a victim. And you get to be the superhero that saves them from this horrendous relationship that they're in. And this person won't get, and I hate my life with them. And I just hate, I don't want to go home to that person anymore. I just hate it. I just want to be with you. And you're such a wonderful person. And you're just not like my old situation. And they don't listen to that lie. They don't listen to that lie, and they think something wrong with you. Something wrong with them. They think something is wrong with you. They think you're crazy for real. The Narc told them, "Oh man, this joker is straight up crazy. This man, watch when they call. It's gonna be something. I'm tired. I'm not answering the phone calls because." And they're not gonna tell the new person that they was just on the phone talking to you like y'all would, like they love you. 10 seconds before they got in this other person's presence, and now all of a sudden you the craziest person on the planet. And
that breath of death don't lie.
Go through all that.
The breath of death don't lie. I'm telling you, they cover it up sometimes, but it comes out. Once you smell it, you gotta run because they always talking and spitting venom. And what they do is, if you haven't dealt with the sin of idolatry, which America is built on. But what happens is you have the self-idolatry. Idolatry work a lot of different ways. And what they do, they give you all this attention. That's idolatry. They're giving you worship that's supposed to be for God, but they're giving it to you. You the rescuer, you the savior, you the one that helped them with this and that. That makes you feel good. We are in the image of God. So Adam's biggest issue, Eve's biggest issue, they wanted to be like God. That worship, that feels good. That's what Satan wanted. So all the narcissists is doing is acting like they daddy, but they get us to doing it, and it feels good because rejection is usually there for empathic people. They usually were the scapegoats or something was going on in the family or through school. Satan go launch an attack somewhere because of the call on your life if you have a compassionate heart. So that rejection sets in, that spirit, you've been rejected, then boom, Here come the devil's little child. He got idolatry for you. Oh, you're just so wonderful. I love the way you say this. I love the way you do this. Like, you make me feel so amazing. I feel like I can do anything with you. Should I do this? Should I do that? They call you for all the decisions and all of that. That's attention when everyone else had rejected or made you feel invisible, or stress is going on at work, or the children are acting up. Anything could be going on. The devil creates a storm before he sends one of his agents. So when their action is now buffered with an idolatry, you're being idolized by the narcissist. They're doing anything in the bedroom, all of this kind of stuff. But then what Satan does, put you on that mountain, push you off, because he want to shine. So he need to use that child, pimp his children. Now he gonna switch it up, because what he did was collected a worshiper that was probably gonna worship God. Now he got him worshiping his child, which is gonna worship him. So he got the child checked out. So Satan getting that worship every time you thinking about, I wonder what they doing over there. Are they? I was like that. It is terrible with rumination, because that stuff can go on for years if you don't get delivered. But you thinking about, oh, I think they really got it this time. They ain't had it in 40 something years. They didn't get it in a day. I mean, they the same criminal you was with.
Oh my God.
But we think that our mind be just going because they got a bunch of little, they dropped off. They didn't take their little demonic crew of imps with them. They dropped them off. So those things still whispering, hey, he got it now, man. He look good. Watch, look. Oh, they look happy. You couldn't make them happy. That you got to silence that stuff, because these people are wicked, wicked, wicked. They ain't changing. They come with, we forget about all the debt they come with. Okay, they guys that probably owe hundreds and hundreds of thousands in child support. We forget about the STDs they be carrying. We forget about all the cheating ways they ain't stopped. They still got about 3 phones. We forget about the terrible parenting that they have.
And they know how to work the system for everything they want. And they be so slick. They be having these government phones using it, you know. I swear to God, because I saw it. They be having these government phones for second phones. You don't even know they have these phones. And then, you know, you hit a point too. The reason why we think they have it, because they sell us and they sell this to themselves. Narcissists are like crackheads. They think they still got it, even though they're doing crack and loss of teeth. And, you know, they think they still got it. There's nothing you can tell them. You can't tell them nobody wants somebody with the whole side row missing. I mean, come on.
I mean, for real. If we don't get out of Oz, they had that show playing. The Wizard of Oz was playing. That was one of the little plays. And that is the Lululand. That's what they did. They take you to the Lululand. In the Lululand, you thinking like, oh, Oz is great. They're going to give me a heart. They're going to give me a brain. They're going to give me courage. No, they're not.
But you know what? I was looking at Kenzie's comment in the chat. She said, yeah, I know he torturing Deborah. God bless her. She thought she was surprised, but she got the surprise of her life by now. Guys, listen, man. Listen, I don't know any other way. I'm gonna learn how to say this in Japanese, so maybe some people can accept it. Because if you ever get to that low point, in which we all have gotten to a low point at some point, but if you ever get to that low point and you start feeling like maybe the narc ain't so bad, and you start thinking, maybe they acting right at the new spot. Maybe they acting right for the new person. I want you to immediately remember this video. Just rewind it if you got to come to this specific video. Right to this part right here. Where we at? We at 54 minutes and 20 seconds. You crazy if you think for 1 second. Just count to one. One. If in that second you thought that this person has changed for the better, that they have gone off and become a normal, loving, reciprocating, wonderful mate, spouse, that's devoted, that don't cheat no more, that don't lie no more, that won't steal from you, you got to be crazy. You got to be completely mad out of your mind. Or,
Yes.
or you still talking to that fool.
Yeah. But you
Yeah,
know what?
on y'all now. You must be
Are
still
you
talking.
in the Lulu land? You cannot talk. There is no benefit. There,
No,
I haven't found any benefit in talking with them.
Not at all. Not
None.
during, after, or over again. But you know what? I want to say this. This is how you can dictate the next situation. If you just look at, like, when they first got with you, whether you knew about the ex or not, they spoke of that ex, and they did nothing but badmouth that ex. So you immediately went into competition with that ex. And that's what that other person is doing. They're competing with you. And the biggest thing that they are competing for is time. They want to outlast your relationship. And narcissists want to do that with that next person too. They want to outlast that person's last relationship.
Yeah.
So it's a battle like that where they're trying to outlast the last person so that they could feel like they were special. Narcissists want to be special too. And then when they run over to other narcissists who are definitely competing.
mm,
And you find yourself in a competition for a spot that you didn't even know you had to give up. I'm not competing for something that I already had. If somebody else won the competition, let it go. Let them have that prize for that competition. That's one thing about a trophy. It's either going to be two things: competed for or sitting on the shelf. And let them have that trophy that they competed for, because that's exactly what's going to happen.
And it's
that's
a whole kingdom. Like not ask people, okay, when you break, it's just certain things that people just cannot just be doing. When you sit up here and you saying you in ministry, you commit adultery, you marry the adultery. That's adultery, idolatry. That don't go away. You got to break that covenant in order to repent for that. That don't just go away because of time. Okay, there's still a bunch of curses, a bunch of portals, a bunch of demons attached just to that. So you got all this stuff happening. You're not fearing God. You're still in some type of leadership position that you self-made. This is how this go for anybody who's curious on how the next situation go. Because I made many calls to Hario. I think he's better this time. I think she's the humble one for him. I did all that stuff because you be in Delulu land was just totally jacked up crazy. I had to get healed. Everybody got to get healed, and it's gonna take some
Mhm.
time, but it will happen. But
come on.
now I have to send my information, protection order stuff for another case this dude is involved in with somebody else's divorcing situation. Like they're married now, for the children of that to not be in his presence. This ain't even the wife he got with. This ain't even a little child wife he got with. This is somebody else's wife that
Mm,
now that person, the kids from different fathers can't be around him because he cuckoo for cuckoo puffs. And all of that proved it, the violent nature of this man who is identifying himself as a minister, as a pastor, as a deliverance minister. The all the evidence proves it, but their character never changed. Because they were like, I can't even believe he is acting the way he's acting, and he's married because he's in a false marriage for one, and for two, he never changed. Yes, he's all over this person's wife and did all of this cult stuff and moved her and did all of that because he doesn't change. That wife have to deal with him sleeping with somebody else's wife, moving that person a couple streets down, being involved in that person's divorce and all of this child stuff.
Don't they all?
And
come
she don't even she's foreign. She might not even know what's happening because that's how the Lululand works. That is only for an image. Like I'm relationship material. Like
They
Hario say,
don't.
but he's cheating with this one. He's DL. He deal with dudes on the down low. He does himself. All of this other stuff goes down perversion wise. But okay, they got a title of a wife, and we think we lost something. The devil, we didn't lose him. He was chased away because God had mercy on our soul. You ain't getting in heaven with no narc because that's idolatry. You in a demonic idolatry covenant. That's not going to happen. So for the mercy and the sake, and because God loves us so much, he got to intervene and separate us. And then he got to clear our minds. He got to heal us and bring us to reality.
But you know something too, Keisha? Let me say this. For everybody that thinking again, because that's how we do. We be determined. We be determined that it ain't like that over there with their situation. We be determined that the person. So let me just put this out there for everybody. The same person you swear now, you ready to put your life on the line to say, nah, they not doing this to the new person. But this new person is the same person that they were cheating on you with. The same person they were cheating on you with. Now you telling me that God blessed that union? They started out cheating on you. Oh, they got married though. And God blessed that?
A home record?
He took an adulterous situation and sanctioned it.
Yeah.
Because you so special, right? You so special that God himself have sanctioned this cheating, the relationship that they was cheating on you with. Now you standing, nah man, God done blessed them. Prove it.
Somebody that's willing to lie with them, willing to cover up their lies, willing to help destroy their children. Okay, that's not even people you can trust, because anybody that's willing to destroy your home, they're willing to destroy the children in that home, willing to do all of this stuff. All of a sudden they have integrity? No, they don't. God's not in that. He's not in none of that stuff. He got us out of it because he's seen the heart, he's seen the cries, he knew what was real, he know what's fake. God moved. Like, he is that loving and merciful. He will move even when we don't think that he is listening to us. He moved.
And see, a lot of people think that that other person want them for companionship. Some of them have them come over there just because they need somebody to pay their bills. They want your life. They want that lifestyle. They don't want that person. And y'all don't understand either that that person just, they are physically with that other person, but they are mentally with you. Their mind is still with you because that situation is not settled. And that's why your name keeps coming out of their mouth, because they don't know how to settle situations. They run thinking you're the problem when they're really running from themselves, but they're going with them. They're everywhere they are. And so they can't run from the real problem because they are the problem. And then they come back over there thinking you're the solution to the problem that they just created over there. They go through life creating disasters and problems that never get solved because they're not problem solvers, because they don't know how to look within and blame themselves and take accountability and be self-aware and know that I created this problem, so I have to settle this problem. They dump all of that on you. Everything they destroy in the relationship, your finances, everything, they leave you to rebuild that. That's why they come back when it's all rebuilt, because they don't have the wherewithal to rebuild it. All they know how to do is destroy. And so when you fix it, now they want to come back and destroy it again, because that's all they know. They want to spend up all your money. They don't want to work. They want you to take care of them, want to drive your car till the wheels fall off. You can have two cars. They want the best, even though they didn't get it. That's what happened in my situation. He wanted the best car. Didn't care if that other car broke down while I was at the store with our children, as long as it didn't break down on him, because he wasn't going to be in it. They want the best of everything, whether you earned it or not. What is theirs, and what's yours is theirs. And that's just how they see it.
And you know what, too? It's something inside of us. Compassion. There is compassion inside of us that really, really don't want to believe that this devil that has shown us time and time again that they ain't no good, especially for us. Especially for us. We still don't want to believe that this is really the truth. It's no way this person is that bad. And it looked like the other relationship working out, they're still with that person. Listen, let me say this. That's how you know they're getting tortured.
Yeah.
That's how you know they're getting tortured. Because they still together. See,
Yeah.
if the person had cut the narc off right away, then oh wow, that person wasn't under the spell. They wasn't crazy like I was. And I know that's a harsh term, guys. I'm using it for me. I'm using it for me. Because I was crazy. I was I was all things crazy, everything out of my mind. If I thought or believed I wasn't in the worst situation I ever could have put myself in my life, guys. And I'm not even saying that to put the person down no more. I'm saying it to say that was my mental state. That was my condition. It was no good in that. And I'm saying this, sometimes, man, God got to let you get dragged in it. And I mean dragged for you to be able to understand and for you to be able to see, man, this ain't for you.
Yeah.
You got your mind made up. I'm staying in this. I don't care how bad it is. Okay, you remember that part because it gets bad. And when you think it's worse, no, it's much, much worse out there. And sometimes we got to go through that, man, just so that we can see, wow, I did. And I want all of y'all to hear me on this because this is you. I did everything humanly possible.
Yeah.
Everything that a human being could do, I did it. I did it. I put up with stuff that was beyond humanity. Listen, y'all, you putting up with somebody's mess and it ain't, you can't even describe nothing good in it.
No.
I ask you that person and tell me what you loved about them so much. And you come up with one of these shallow, fickle answers. Oh, well, their name just goes in every chamber of my heart. That's what I'm gonna say. It's just name in every chamber of my heart.
And it's so crazy. Like you put your children through things. My 10-year-old was saying, when he was talking on the cruise, he said a whole lot. Like you really got to just sit down and talk with your children. Like he said a whole lot. Like he said at night, dude, my ex used to just sit in a chair and stare. And he was like, he never slept. But see, he was sleeping, but he know how to astral project. This is how supernatural this stuff can get. A person their body can be there, something else is in that body, and then another them can be somewhere else. Okay, that's when they have been on that level of Satanism or whatever deal they made where they know how to astral project themselves. And that was just a stalker. Because he never said a word to my son. I was like, did he ever speak? No. Did he ever move? No. He would just sit there, and it's like, these are things like when you are under attack and you let this narc devil up in your house, whether they male or female, your children are the target.
Yeah.
They are under attack. Serious attack. Anything could happen with my children, but God moved him out of there quickly. That wasn't a long marriage at all. God moved him. He had to step in because he seen the outcome that could have happened. And yes, it was detrimental. Yes, it was heart-wrenching because it wasn't something I was ready to identify with. I wasn't ready to address my own rejection, unloving spirit, idolatry issues. I wasn't ready. I didn't know those things were existing because I had a huge religious spirit where I was performing a whole lot for love and God's love. I can serve in church. I can do all of this stuff in church. I had all these expectations about what my life should be with a godly husband, all of this stuff. but that relationship and interaction, knowing God as my father, my heavenly father, protector, and everything else, that was missing. I learned that through this healing process.
Let me,
Still learning more about it.
I want to be real with y'all real quick and say something I was just thinking. Sometimes, we think that God removed that person because of what that person had planned for us, but sometimes God removed that person because of what the other person had planned for us. Because they go over there and they talk about us and they create that triangulation with that other person. And they may be dealing with somebody who is just as psychotic as them and who's looking to unalive you to take your spot.
Mm.
Because the person that, he left me for, she's just as psychotic and she's been stalking me. She's probably watching now. She's been watching for years me on this podcast and making fake pages. She's that obsessed with me. And so God had to remove me from that situation, and it had to be that drastic for me to wake up, because Lord knows I probably would have took him back, and that girl would have probably came in there and unalived me and my family, because she worked in, I guess, HR, where she knew all of our information. So she knew where I lived and everything. And so sometimes God removed that person because of what the other person has planned for you, because they create so much triangulation and jealousy with that other person. And then that person see a picture of you or see you on Facebook and you're nice looking and they're not. They definitely want to unalive you because they know they're not the competition. So in order to beat the competition, you have to eliminate the competition. And that's exactly what that girl wants to do to me, even to this day, because she even got the man and still can't compete. And so now she's probably looking to find me and catch me somewhere where she can unalive me, because nobody watches someone for 3 years and don't have ill plans towards a person. Because I stopped caring a month after the situation happened. So if I'm the one on the losing end and I can let it go in a month, why can't she let it go after 3 years? So y'all have to count that as a blessing. I
Come on.
had to keep this real with y'all tonight because I was just sitting here thinking about this. It's not just that person. God see and hear everything. The devil used people because he can't be everywhere like God, but God can. And he hear things and he see plans and he see stuff in the making that we don't know about. And God say, I have to get my child out of this situation because this is not what I want for them. So I have to create the biggest storm, the biggest disaster for this person to wake up, because I've been trying everything and this person just won't let that person go. So I got to create this big disaster for
Mm.
him or her to wake up to get out of that situation.
Yeah.
And you know
And
what?
that's very painful. It is painful to,
You gotta sit back.
have to deal
You
with that letting go.
you just gotta say, man, I'm slipping. I see. I shouldn't even have looked at that. We don't even take a second to say, wow, what am I tripping about? They with the man, you sitting there tripping about somebody that did everything in the entire world to destroy you. And they failed. And because they failed at destroying you, now you sitting here saying, something must be wrong. Something must be wrong with me. Because they not doing that to this other person. They love this other person. You done made up in your mind that they capable of love, but they showed you. You did. Now, guys, let me say this. I would even jump out there and say that it's one thing if you know you was horrific to that person. Well, we all know you ain't gonna get to be in no relationship where you get to mistreat them. You're just not gonna be
Mm-mm,
able to do that.
mm-mm.
No. They not staying around for that. They looking for stuff like that. Now, don't get me wrong. Every now and then, guys, every now and then, you're gonna see a narc meet another narc that was just a little better than them at the game. Because they run into that trap all the time. A lot of y'all sitting there watching the narc and y'all thinking, wow, they didn't do this to that other person. Because that other person doing it to them. You just think the narc just so on top of their game that nobody can outslick that fox. That fox get outslicked every single day, man. They not as good as you think they are. You just feel sorry for them. It's other people out here that don't. It's gonna mop the floor with the narc.
Yeah.
All this credit. The narc you thought could go out in this world and have anybody they want. That's how we look at the narc. Oh, they want anybody they want. No, they can't. No, they cannot. Let me help everybody in the chat with this one. No, they cannot go out here and get anybody they want.
No.
No, they cannot. And I'm gonna tell you who they went to. Okay, since we on the subject, since y'all still in dining in self-pity, they done ran out there to somebody that's a lower fruit on that tree. They done went and grabbed the lowest hanging fruit they could find.
Yep.
They go up there and get that fruit that's ripe, the one they had to climb up to get. No, they went to the one that fell to the ground, the one that got the worm running through it. They didn't go somewhere and get with somebody that's healthy. When they with you wasn't healthy. All right, see, our biggest problem, one of our biggest problems is we don't want to face who we were when we was dealing with that person. You was not at your best when you was dealing with the narc. Mm-hmm. If you was on top of your game, as soon as you saw them come across the table with that foolishness, you'd be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Miss me with all that, please.
Yep.
But you wasn't and you didn't. You sat there and you watched them disrespect you.
Yep.
And you made excuses. You made excuses for them disrespecting you. And then let it go. Without an apology, you let it go. Without an apology. Y'all hear that part? Without an apology, you still was walking forward in it. Go and smile and happy to keep this monster. You was happy to stay in something with somebody who was undermining you. That showed you that I'm gonna disrespect you, but I'm you know what? Maybe I was, and then you make excuses. Well, maybe I was being a little overzealous. Maybe I stepped on their toes on something because they went through a lot when they was growing up. No, maybe they just disrespected you on purpose in your face to see how much they was going to be able to drag you, how much of this mess you was going to put up with. Maybe that was the case.
But they know how to infiltrate your life.
Everything that it turned into. You sat right there, you took it, and still, some of y'all still taking it and lying for them, making up stuff in your mind. Oh, well, they I know what they went through when they was younger, so I'm gonna sit here and deal with this heathen, with this mess. I'm gonna put up with this because.
And then you sit there to the point where you just silent. You just take it and say nothing. And that's what they train you to do. Just sit there and just take it. And now you just that doormat that they don't want anymore. And when you get to that point, that's when they're ready to get rid of you. They don't want no weak person, but they make you weak because you have no fight in you no more. And they love that fight and they love that chaos. So now they're ready to move on to something new where they can get that thrill. That's why they go over and treat that other person right. That's a buildup for all that chaos that they need to be happy. They not happy in that first stage. That's the buildup.
That's it.
The setup.
They treat people like crap. There is this our standards. The standards got to be a lot higher. There is no way. They don't have the capacity to treat somebody right, what we would consider right. All they do is have the capacity to deceive. That's it, because that's the demons that they work with.
But you know what? We call it treating somebody right, and it's not. They just giving the bare minimum. All they do is
lying to them from the
door All they doing is kissing that person that night. All they doing is giving them a hug. That's a that's a common courtesy.
Stop it.
And they lied to them from the beginning, from the hello, I'm not in a relationship. They be married and everything, married with children, all of that. And the person that they usually end up with, if y'all was in a marriage relationship or a committed relationship, is somebody who studied you. That's who they with. Somebody who is obsessed with you.
Stop. Hold it. Because we're not walking past what China just said. We're not just gonna walk past that. Because I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired. Every night we in here, these people trying to justify that crappy, dirty crap ball done with somebody and acted right and got it together. When they was with you, you wasn't getting no kiss good night. You wasn't getting no kiss in the morning when you went to work. You wasn't getting this, baby, I love you so much. You just mean the world to me. They wasn't sending you love letters. They wasn't writing you no love letters, sending you a card telling you how great you are to them, how much they appreciate you. They wouldn't even give you a thank you. Listen. If you had a gun into their head, they wouldn't get out of bed at late night and go get you a glass of cold water. And y'all got the nerve to be sitting around here talking about what you missed so about them. What did you miss? Because you wasn't getting nothing that you could brag about. I said it. You wasn't getting nothing that you could brag about to nobody. And we sitting around here like, oh my God, I just miss them so much. What part you missed? The part where they call you, they tell you stink, you can't cook, you want you. Your sex is terrible, your breath stinking. What part of you miss? How much of that do you miss? Because that's what you're saying you want to get back to.
And we do be overlooking their breath and stuff. Like we just really don't smell that. We be so desperate, man. I can say I raise my hand. Thirsty McGirsty right here.
Come on. Man, this last one, my tolerance, I just had enough. I was like, I can't do it. Your breath stink. You need to figure that stuff out. You can't. Listerine is not helping. The toothpaste is not helping. I had so much reactive abuse. I was like, I can't do it. You can't go with your breath.
That's like saying, here go hurry yo with that cold water. That's right. You can't even, you sitting in the bed thirsty. This joker won't even get up out the bed to get you a glass of cold water.
You need to use my toothbrush. That's the cruel stuff Narcs do. You know I can't stand your breath. You know your breath is melting the world. You go use my toothbrush? I was like, I'm buying new toothbrush.
Keisha, how you doing?
It's like, I don't want what you have.
Hey, baby.
I'm so thankful to be free. Because you can't help but to be on a negative frequency dealing with a narcissist, because you're gonna go off about everything. You're gonna go off like, man, you knew that we was going somewhere. Why would you wear those shoes that you know you're gonna take off and everybody gonna smell your feet? You know, it's like all of these things. That's what
nauseating smell. Can you please not take your funky shoes off and embarrass me in front of everybody? See, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, some of y'all need to just have a drink just to loosen you up. So you can tell this narc how you really feel. So you can tell them how much they really don't mean to you. So you can get your guts together. So you can say, you know what, baby? I hate being in this entanglement with you. Because I got a lot of people and pretend that I'm happy.
But that's what they want. They want you like that.
It is fun. I gotta pretend that I want to be on a vacation with you, and then when I go on a vacation with you, I gotta pretend that I'm having fun the whole time. So everybody that know us, that know we on this vacation, has this remote thought in their side of their mind saying, "Oh wow, look at them. They such a nice couple. They having fun, they enjoying life. Look at they smiling. They look like they had a ball on that cruise, not knowing you was on the cruise at the time, up on the top deck, looking out at the ocean, thinking to yourself, what in the hell have I gotten myself into?
Yeah.
How do I get out of this?
Those two sentences.
And see, and that's the thing too, that a lot of us overlook, that all this was for show, because you're gonna pay for all of this that they're doing. Even when they did it with you, do you know how much work these people had to put in to convince us that they was this person? Do you know these people took 2-3 showers, maybe one a day, just to act like they were clean? And you think they wanted to do that? You see how when they got comfortable, how they stopped taking them many showers, how they don't brush their teeth twice a day or maybe even once. It's all a show, all just to sell this character to you. And that's all they doing to the other person, is selling that character. Like they this clean person, they take showers, they brush their teeth, they this, they that. They giving that person the bare minimum. A healthy relationship, a person go above and beyond. These people do the bare minimum. We fell for the bare minimum. We fell for them showing us attention.
Bare but minimum. No.
The butt that stink. That's what you're dealing with too.
Less than. You put up with less than nothing. Because you were dealing with somebody, they wasn't telling you how much they love you. They wasn't holding your hand when y'all went somewhere together. You could barely, man, when y'all went somewhere together, people barely knew y'all was in there together.
And that's his image. They only care about the image. If their image is this loving, devoted person, they're going to send notes in your lunch. They're going to send flowers. It's going to be with your money, but they're going to send it. And they're going to do all of this stuff. But that is
them flowers just so they could look good for somebody else.
Somebody else. Yeah.
Be them flowers that they was trying to attract somebody else.
Yeah.
And they do that in the beginning too. Y'all think they just post that stuff on Facebook with that new person for you? That's a thirst trap for other people. It's they always looking for somebody, new, because they know that what they're entering into, they're gonna be figured out. They just don't know how fast this person is gonna figure it out. These people always have side pieces somewhere or somebody in mind. They even have somebody that they're willing to just land with until they find somebody else. And that's what y'all don't understand. Y'all think that that person was special that they ran off to. Y'all don't even know how many times they tried to leave y'all and they couldn't because that situation crumbled before they could.
Stop it.
That was just the person that picked the phone up the most.
Stop. We're not walking past that tonight. We're not walking past none of this tonight. Do you know how many times these people was trying to leave you for somebody else, but couldn't find nobody that wanted they sorry, stinking time?
Right.
Do you even understand how many times they was trying to leave you? Do you understand they've been trying to leave you since they met you? And they couldn't find nobody who was going to tolerate their craziness. And you got the nerve to sit here and believe and think in your sane mind, you really believe that they could go out here and have anybody they want.
Sure. That person ain't special. It's just a term. It's all terms with them. It's nobody special. It's not a relationship. It's not an entanglement. It's a term in a cycle. And the wheel has to keep turning. Somebody has to be in it, no matter how long or how short that situation gonna be. Somebody has to be in there, and they have to maintain that situation and keep it until they can find the situation that they're looking for. They prefer us because we will sit there and take their crap. They never intended on us leaving them, figuring it out, getting this information, and they not able to come back. They did not depend on our healing. They depended on our suffering, because our suffering was going to let them back in that door. They figured they give enough time, they can come back without an excuse, because you're dying to have that conversation, dying just to see them again, dying to have them back, and they don't have to explain nothing to you. They run from accountability. They cannot be held accountable. They are allergic to that. That's their kryptonite, because accountability means being self-aware. And Lord knows these people are perfect and they do no wrong. So they not going to hold themselves accountable for nothing. not even themselves. They'll find a way to hold you accountable for a previous relationship going bad, or the one they left you for going bad. They're going to blame you for everything in life because they cannot be wrong, because they will have to see the disaster that they created in their lives. Because if they could see one situation that's bad, all of them are bad, because y'all don't know they all ended the same.
Yeah. And if you love God on any level, there is a kingdom war happening every time you in a presence. There's a kingdom war happening. It will never work for you. Even if it worked with whoever they done went with, the only person that they gonna really get with a lot of times, they either gonna be into some witchcraft or some warlock stuff. They're gonna be doing something, some enchantment, some spells. They're gonna do something because that's the only way that's how that stuff works. Especially if they left a godly situation or somebody that God has ordained. He's not just gonna keep having his children get beat up by this one narc. You know, they're gonna get somebody that they are not equipped to deal with themselves, because the devil got tricks for everybody. But what we don't understand, because we freshly come out of this, is we don't understand that these people, they don't, there was never a love or attachment. Like sometimes you can feel like, well, I know them best, or they know me, or they know this. No, they know who they created in you, like somebody, a character in that image that they have, and that was a horrible character. That's probably somebody that'll get right back with them, probably somebody that's willing to throw hands or whatever if necessary. And you think, oh, because they like the bad in me, I can accept this and that. It should never be the bad in you. There are ways in life that you can live that is not argumentative, that is not chaotic, that is not watching something happen to somebody, fighting with this person. It's a peaceful, happy, and joyful life out there. You can just sit and just have a nice time, dance, sing, laugh, be joyful. Don't have to worry about somebody giving you the bitter beer face or mean mugging or looking like something stink. That's all the faces they make. You can sit there and just really enjoy life, but not with a narcissist. You cannot do it with a narcissist. They will not allow you.
Know that that's going to be so rare. That's going to be, it's really just going to be non-existent. You're not going to have no peace with them. The same way you didn't have that peace with them, the same way you remember. I want you to remember this part. Remember when you was trying to do anything you could to just have a conversation that didn't turn into an argument. You was like, you willing to just take it on the chin. How many times, how many days did you take it on the chin just to get along with somebody that was determined? We're not going to get along. I got somebody else on my line and it looked like this working. So I'm going to keep on keeping this space and this distance between us until I see where this other thing going.
Yep.
The standards. The standards have to be higher for everybody. You cheat, deal breaker, because that's not love. You can't love me and cheat and be with somebody else and do all of that stuff. I know it's like that in the movies and people got a lot of different ideas about what love is, but I'm gonna go with the biblical thing because that's the truth. Love don't do none of that stuff a narc do. Love don't say, oh, you cheat, then you make up, then you cheat, then you make up. That's dysfunction. So our standards have to be at a certain level, because even if you have love, even being out of this stuff, I'm not googly eyeing over these guys, because integrity and love does something different to your heart. You're not sitting up here looking for the next person and doing all of this stuff, because that's not your nature. It's in their nature, in their character, to always be scrolling and looking and having that lust and that unfulfilled flesh. That's never gonna be love. That they got a new word for it. It's called limerence. That's a whole new word. See, they be making up words when they can't. You could just say they got a whole demon, but they gonna make up another word in psychology. It's when you have a state of intense infatuation or obsessive attraction towards another person, characterized by intrusive thoughts, idealized perceptions, and a strong desire for reciprocation. It's not simply a love or a crush, but rather a consuming, often involuntary mental state, often accompanied by an emotional roller coaster. So this thing is what they would call idealization. That is the best a narcissist can do. And then they get you to do that. They do that reversal, that destiny swap. And then you will sit up there and start having this demon, this new limerence demon, and you will be obsessing and idealizing how it could be to be with this person in their new reformed state that you think they're in with this new supply in the Lululand. And you would think that, and you would constantly think like, well, if they come back this time, this you have all these conversations and all of these role plans that might happen in your head, and none of that is how it ever goes. You come back, and they might even have some flowers, but they gonna have that one comment, then y'all gonna be right back fighting.
And you
And
know what?
Single time, and it works like that every single time. Soon as you get to thinking, okay, they acting normal today. We're gonna have a normal conversation. No, you're not. Hey, let's real quick. Let's get these super chats out of the way real quick. Because I saw that was some good super chat. That's my girl Peaches. Thanks for super chat, Peaches. Said we win. Y'all know Peaches got a channel. Peaches, put your channel in the super chat. You know what I'm saying? Help me help you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come on, y'all. Help you out. Put your channel in the super chat. There it is. That's how you get on. Rockwell. Thanks for that super chat, Rockwell. Rockwell said, y'all is on fire tonight. It's on fire tonight.
Thank you.
What is the solution to stay healed and have hope for a real no narc love?
You have to get that love from God. You have to reconnect with him because he is love. And he have to do some things on the inside. He have to get rid of fear. You have fear of abandonment, fear of loneliness, fear of all of this stuff, rejection. You have to get rid of all of those internal demons. You have to get rid of an unloving spirit that be a generational curse. And you have to be able to give and receive unconditional love and understand your worth, and that can only come from God. And the more that he proves himself to you and pours into you and show you how much he loves you and rebuilds you and puts you on a path and there for your every need, the more you know like this is love. And then you can trust. Once you trust God, then you can trust the plans he has for your life. You can trust the partner that he has for you. But we grew up like if in a family, this other person that will complete me, or I'm whole when I have this, and you see all these relationships on TV, and you want that. And a lot of times we can crave a spouse or a partner more than God, and then that goes into idolatry. So we got to dethrone idolatry. We have to love God first, and then trust Him to send that spouse that He picked, because the ones He got, they ain't no shenanigans. They gonna do everything that you want them to do and then some, because God is the perfect matchmaker. Satan, all his little imps and jacked up narc demonic stuff, that's horrible relationships. He is the worst matchmaker. So you can't go for body types. You can't go for like this guy. You can't have your little list. I want this list and this is everything I want in the mate, because Satan looking at that list too, and he got a narc for that. We in this time of era where it's just like they narking out here, selfies, all that stuff. They out there. And then they unaliving people. They doing all kind of craziness.
Yeah. I want to say this part to staying healed. The way that I stay healed is people say that I'm conceited and, I'm stuck up. But no, I just put myself on that pedestal. That way nobody can knock me off except for me. And the only way to do that is to see the beauty in yourself and to make it about you, not to the point. See, I say be selfish, because our type of selfish is we can allow people into we can allow people into. See, but when we allow people into our world, we are willing to give what we have and give of ourselves. But you have to be selfish first in order to cover that for yourself, but you know we're willing to share when we invite somebody into that bubble. And I want to say the only type of love that's real love is self-love. That's the only type of real love you're ever going to get outside of God, because nothing is guaranteed. Nobody, love is an emotion. People fall in and out of love, but your love, you're going to always love yourself. And so that's the only type of love I would say to expect is your own love, because man will fail you and man has failed you. And if you continue to rely on man for things that you can give yourself,
Yeah.
you're going to continue to be disappointed. So that's the only type of love outside of God I feel that's real love, is loving yourself.
I describe it as like a lot of us have a self-sacrificing schema. They call it schemas, but those are like core things you got to work on. So if you have, like, a lot of us had a lot of our love coins on the outside, like our love bank is in the negative. So when you're constantly giving love, giving this, giving this, giving this, giving that, and somebody else is collecting it like a narc, your account is negative. So doing those things for yourself is not necessarily being extremely selfish. It's replenishing your bank to where you're able to have love and worth in yourself. So your account was negative, so you have to do things like, I have to say no here, I have to put a boundary here, I have to do a cutoff here, because you have to start nurturing and loving yourself to get the account just to zero. And then if you have a positive bank, those love coins you can start dishing out to other people. Yeah, I can go run this errand for you. Yeah, I can go pick that up for you. You can do that, but it's not to do it because you want to people please. It's because you have this extra time to do it and you're a kind person. But if you're all in a deficit, you're going to always be striving to get some type of attention because your bank is starving for love. So you got to have that love fulfilled with God. He's the only one that can do it. And then you got to trust, and then you really have to be open for that love and generosity to others, because he tell us to love him, and then he tell us to love people.
See,
And
but people in here are saying it's not selfish. You have to, because even the Bible says
yeah,
guard your heart.
you have
And
to.
that's for your own protection. So you have to think about self.
Mhm.
Because with this toxic world nowadays, it teaches you that you have to be selfish. Harry, y'all, I'm about to jump through this live and I'm about to take you down like a linebacker. You understand what I'm saying?
Listen here. Let me say this. You know what? Because I actually love your angle though. Because you just being real. You know what I'm saying? And you trying to play hard, but you ain't nothing but a big old puppy.
You got some nerve.
Her hard face on for the internet, but she ain't nothing but a big old puppy, y'all.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Rockwell, excellent question. And I love that part that Rockwell said, what's the solution? Oh man, because you don't really get that on the internet. You get a whole lot, but the solution, man, I'ma just say, for me, the solution on staying healed, man, don't go around. Well, sometimes they come around you, but they come around you, don't see them. Don't acknowledge them. Don't acknowledge their existence in your presence. Okay? Don't give them the benefit of being able to come to you when they feel like acting like a normal person. Because there was a time they had that opportunity where they could have just been a normal person just for 1 minute. They had the opportunity. I'm gonna be normal. Let me be normal for a minute. And they said, nah, I ain't gonna do that. So just because you feel like acting normal this year, I don't owe you nothing. I said, I don't owe you nothing. One thing I learned from the narc, I'm trying to tell y'all better learn something from that trifling crud ball. That trifling crud ball showed me that, man, no matter how long y'all been together, I don't owe you nothing. Because every one of us got a chance to taste exactly what that tastes like. Somebody showing us they don't owe us nothing. They didn't owe us a conversation. They didn't owe us understanding. They didn't owe us a devoted partner. They didn't owe us none of the stuff they swore that they were not. They showed us, I don't owe you nothing. I don't owe you nothing. And I ain't giving you nothing. I don't owe you nothing. I ain't giving you nothing. I ain't acknowledging you. I don't know you. Is somebody breathing in that meat suit right there? Because if it is, I don't see it. I don't hear it. I don't know it. If they call the police over here, I'm going to talk to the police. Who are you talking about? I don't see nobody. I don't know nobody even exists right there. If you want the solution, that person don't live as far as that. I don't know that person. I don't know you. You talking to me? I don't know you. I'm not gonna get to know you neither. What you're not gonna do is flip it and turn it around on me like I owe you now. Now I owe you a conversation. When you owe me one, now I owe you. No, I don't owe you nothing.
Yeah,
I owe you nothing. I ain't giving you nothing. And that's where we gonna stay with that right there. That's exactly how I resolve and staying healed. Don't go back around the stuff that made me sick. I don't acknowledge the stuff that made me sick. I don't go around it. I don't ingest it. I don't talk to it. I leave it alone. And then the hope for a real love, not narc love, real love. You don't have to have hope for real love. You got real love. You got real love. You got it right inside you. And I'm gonna say this, okay? Because we all want to know the answer. How you get? I want to be in a relationship. I want somebody to love me, tell me they love me, kiss on me every day, tell me they hug on me, all that stuff. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So then ask God to prepare you for that. God, prepare me for somebody, man. Make me the best me for somebody. That's good for me. Make me the best me. You want to attract people. We looking for people just fall out the sky. You want something, you learn how to attract it to you. Because everything you chase, it's going to flee. Everything you chase, and that nature shows us if something start running, you gonna run from it. Like, whoa, what you chase? What you doing? Learn how to attract it. God, Lord, whoever you praying to, make me the best me for a wonderful person. Help me make somebody else's life incredible. God, Lord, can you help me with that? Help me bless someone with a good man. How about that? God, can you bless me to be the best man that I can be for the deserving woman? That's exactly how you gonna get there. Because
you have to heal.
Keep that lie up long enough for real to get through none of that if you true to yourself. Now, if you lie to yourself, and I lie to myself sometimes, I've done it. I'm getting a lot better at it as I get older. But if you true to yourself, yes, narcs are going to try to get at you. Narcs Listen, narcs want to be with the best. They don't want to be with the worst.
Oh yeah.
So yes, they checking for you, but that don't mean you got the answer just because they call. It don't mean you gotta be into something with them just because they want to be in something with you.
Right.
No, you get to determine, is this what God got for me? Is this the best that God got for me?
And you know,
And then you gotta ask yourself, with every person you meet, does this make sense? This person, okay, they look nice, but they don't treat me good. Well, they don't talk to me nice. They don't make me feel that I can be at my best. But, maybe I care about the person. Maybe they are a good person. Because, guys, sometimes you're going to see it at that way angle too. You might meet somebody that's really a good person. You know what I'm saying? And, guys, just because it's a good person, it might not be. You just like, wow, you know what? You're really a good person, but I just really ain't attracted to you like that. We gotta get to the place, man, where we stop lying to ourselves. Stop lying to yourself about what you really want. Yeah. Say what you want and want what you say. That's where I'm at.
You gotta have some discernment.
Want what you say. Say what?
You know, when God send you something, there's not gonna be a question about it. You gonna know it, because He gonna make sure you know that it come from Him. So that's how you'll know when it's real love. God will send that person to you, and you will know it. And these narcs, you definitely could pick them off, because I tell you, my messengers stay going off with these narcs in my messenger that's been trying to get at me for years, and I blocked them. One of them got in my messenger today and said, "I finally found you." He was like, "I had to hunt you down." I said, "Why did you feel the need to?" He said, "Maybe because I'm crazy."
It just be so many blocks.
You should.
You have to be healed, and you have to be whole. You have to know your own identity. Like I've been in relationships forever, and so it took these years to really find out who I am. Because when you first come out of this, the worst narc, like that probably was the last situation everybody been in. You probably had progressive narcs. I had progressive narcs, borderline, this type of narc. Now the devil, that was it. So when you come out of the worst narc, then you got to really sit down and you got to evaluate some things. How did you get here? The first thing is taking your eyes off the narc. That takes a while. It might be a year, might be 2 years. It's different for each and every person. They might be like, they still doing this, they still doing that. The longer that your eyes and attention and your mind, that's what the devil wants, is focused on his protege, that's the longer it's going to take for you to start the healing process. Because once that stopped and you just like, I'm done to the done, it will never, ever be ever again. No toxic code, no nothing, no matter what they do or say. Then you can focus on you. Once you focus on you, you can focus on, how did that last so long? Like, what image was I trying to hold up? Because you'll find out you were idolizing the image of being married, the image of having someone that's always available to go with you somewhere, or the image of being able.
Slow down. What about the image that I don't want people to think I'm a failure in marriage, so I stay in this toxic, dysfunctional, poisonous situation that does not serve me nor the rest of the family or anybody well, but because I don't want everybody to think I ain't no good and I'm crazy, I'm gonna go ahead and stick it out
and put God in it. Be like, I hate divorce. God, like, I ain't got nothing to do with this. I told you, don't marry the person. All of this stuff. Let
me say this. Some of y'all, God ain't even looking at you like you married in the first place. So all this lie you keep, just because you telling the lie, don't put the lie on God. Like, well, we went to a pastor. That ain't nothing but a ritual. Okay, a marriage is an action,
and y'all see I went to a judge and I wasn't married. Not even by law. Damn sure
Come
not
on,
in God's
come on.
eyes. Y'all
No,
know
no,
my
look,
story.
All in it, it's a covenant and a contract for them demons.
look. Came,
Huh?
hold on.
What have you?
We got a really, really nice super chat here. We ain't had this one in a while, y'all. Let's go ahead and fire her up with this one here. She jumped in here because she want this smoke. And she about to get Grace about to get this smoke.
Oh,
Mwah.
I
Super
felt
chat.
like that, Grace. I
Grace
understand.
said, when do they get their karma? Still with the new supply, almost 2 years, and still Hoover. It's so hard not to let this bother me. Oh yeah, come on, someone, come on, God,
Grace,
ladies.
if you don't have children with them, it should just be a block. It shouldn't even be an opportunity for them to be able to hoover, because these people have demonic entities that have taken over their body, and they are capable of unaliving folks for no reason at all. The sick stuff that go on in their head, they don't like their mamas. A lot of them, most, I'm gonna say about 95% don't like their moms, no matter how they portray. It's a love hate demonic entanglement with that mother son stuff. If it's a dude, but if they would do anything to their mamas, they definitely do anything to you. So they don't really have that capacity to be happily ever after with anybody. But if you don't have children, it should just be block, 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 block. You don't exist. They don't exist. It's like a ghost, phantom. You don't even want to know what they're doing because it's nothing good. 10 years later, they'll be doing the same thing, being a whore. That's it. That
And
is
that's
it.
all they have to show.
When they gonna get their karma?
Do
They
we care?
infected. A lot of times they infected. Okay, they crap is not working right. That's karma enough. Okay, the stuff is not even it functional, and you know they want to be like razzle dazzle in a bedroom, but they can't because they got so infected with things. They just a mess. That's their karma. Like they want to be something that they can never be. Karma is a demon, so they infected with that thing. That's a beast. It say it comes it with them. That's chaos, confusion, destruction. That's they go to. That's their whole profile. On their profile pic, their name should be chaos, confusion, destruction with their picture.
You know, I want to say they got their karma when they left because they no longer had the protection of God. So that was the first piece of karma that they got because as long as they were with us, they were protected. And that person probably got his karma 20 times over, but you're not going to know it because that's not something that they're going to let get out. These people are pretty good at hiding situations that they're going through. And then, you know, they ran over to somebody else who's going to help them cover it up and who's going, if they're in jail, bail them out. You're not going to know about none of that unless you checking their record on the website every day to see if they've been arrested for something. And that's stressful to you. I mean, for it to be almost 2 years and to still bother you shows that you're focusing on the wrong thing when you should be focusing on yourself. When you focus on yourself, then you're not going to worry about what's going on over there to be bothered by what's going on over there and how long they're together. Let that situation play itself out because if you're still watching, that means you're still waiting for that person to come back. Well, let me give you these bit of facts before you let that person come back. Think about that person went over there and put their mouth on somebody. Is that a mouth you want to come back and kiss you? Is that somebody you want to touch you? No telling what they've done to this person. I mean, these people are out here doing all sorts of things now. They lick butt, they lick everything. And is that the person that you're waiting on? You're on layaway for a butt licker? I mean, come
Soul
on.
liquor.
That person, you don't know what that person is bringing back. And I'm going to tell you this too. They could be bringing an illness back where you're going to have to end up wiping his butt because he's out there doing whatever and is going to get sick with something that he cannot get rid of. Whether it's diabetes, heart disease, STD, That's something they come running back to us to solve their problems and their fleas that they caught there out there on the streets.
Hey, but
You
don't
do
be
not want
thinking.
that person back in your life. Trust me when I tell you, because it's not going to be nothing good. And I'm going to tell you this too. I watch Facebook and I've seen a lot of people complain, people that I grew up with. One guy, his wife did him in, and I was kind of like giving him advice and telling him and had him watching this show, but he ended up taking her back. And so I, I wasn't on Facebook like that, but now I just friended him again, and now I saw that his wife passed away last year after all that she's done to him. So you don't know when they're going to get their karma back. He didn't know what sickness she probably had, but he had to endure that and watch her die. Well, leave here. And now that's on his conscience, and she still have him in pain, and she's not even here. Don't take them people back. Don't sit there and wait for that person. Let that situation go. Please do.
Oh.
Yeah.
And if you breed it, you really have to have a parenting act. They cannot be just really contacting you like that, like literally talking to them, because they have just so much demonic energy in their speech and their breath that will take you to ziggity boo land if the conversation is probably more than 120 seconds. Can't do more than 2 minutes. You got to, if it's about the kids, okay, pick them up, click. You have to get off of there because you don't want to hear nothing that they have to say at all. It's a spell.
Why are you calling my phone about the kids? Why are you calling my phone? How you get my number? Your Honor, we need to set this order up now so that this person don't have to talk to me and I don't have to talk to them. Yeah. We can set it up right now, Your Honor. I got a way we can do it. Okay.
But it's this one guy I saw on TikTok had the smartest idea. He said there may be a court order saying that this person has to have communication with my child, and it only has to be about the child. But on a certain day, he said he turns that phone off until Thursday when she's supposed to call to talk to that child. And that's the smartest thing you could do.
You gotta call a phone to talk to this child, then we're gonna set it up. So if this child is that young, maybe the child is just 1 or 2, but it's gonna be a video chat on a computer that if I gotta hit the button for the child, it's gonna be at a certain time, and it's gonna be set up via a Zoom meeting that I can open the Zoom an hour before you get on the Zoom, and then you got an hour before you got to get on that Zoom. Your child will be right there in front of this TV in an hour. All you got to do is log on. I ain't got to have no conversation with you for you to make that happen. Or if it's a physical meetup, then we going to find a way. I'll drop the child off to this police station over here.
Mm-hmm, that's what I did.
Until this person picks them up and this person leaves. And then when they come back to drop the child off at this police station, whatever I got to do, that means I ain't got to never talk to you again. That's what I'm going to do. Because what I'm not going to do is out of convenience, make myself communicate with you. Listen, man, either you want to be healed or you don't. It's your choice. Either you want it or you don't. You can sit back and make all these excuses, but I'm going to just tell you, everybody, not some of the people, everybody I know, they got their mind made up. I got to communicate with this person. They still going through it. It's still something. They in the back of their mind, they be praying, Lord, please, can I just have a normal situation? Please. No, you can't have a normal situation. You with the devil. And Grace, you want to know when do they get their karma? Grace, are you trying to get some karma out of this? Because you're sitting back waiting on somebody's life to fall apart. That's what narcs do. They sit back waiting for your life to fall, and then they start setting it up. They want that energy. They looking for that energy. You want that kind of stuff coming back on you? Because see, I don't like that kind of energy. I don't want nobody around me to fall. I don't want the narcissist to fall. I don't want the devil having bad luck. You know why? Because I don't want bad luck. And I'm not going to do nothing to cause myself to have to receive bad luck. I know the narcissist and the devil, no matter what I wish, they going to do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
That's nature. What in the world make you think that the devil, they're not constantly living in a state of karma? What are you saying?
Well, a lot of times that can be from pain.
Just having fun because life look like they just living it up, man. They just do it, and everything look like it's so much fun. And why are you watching what they doing? That's a part of what you think they was gonna do. Break up with you, run off somewhere else, and then when it fall apart, just call, oh man, you was right, man. You know what? I was wrong. No. They gotta make it look like what it's not. The devil ain't never gonna tell you, man, you was really right. Everything you thought about me, you was right. That stuff I was going through, I was lying, man. I was faking it. I was faking happy, pretending like I was happy. They was in a relationship with you one day, and the very next day, they was madly in love with somebody else.
That's how it works in our field.
Yeah.
And we bought it.
Yeah.
We bought spit as rainwater because we fell for it.
We sitting there believing every line they said, like, wow. And look, we really be believing it. You really met this person the next day after we broke up? On the same day? And y'all madly in love?
It was so much better.
What in the world happened? I can't believe that. Wow, that person, they just, and then we had this magical thinking. They just, as soon as they broke up with us, 10 seconds later, they met this new person, and now they madly in love, and they getting married, and everything is going functioning properly.
For the ink and dry.
And you know what? And I think that they must be right, because it must be me, because they look so happy. But I know that, let me read it. Let me just say it the way Grace is saying it. You know, still with the new supply, almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Like that's a long time. 2 years, like, Grace. Yeah. He found another crash dummy. That's all. He found another volunteer to put up all types of crazy madness, because it's still plenty of people out here that, instead of doing the work that it takes to deal with a quality person, it's plenty of people still out here willing to take the shortcut. What do you mean? It's plenty of people. Every other person out here, don't nobody want to do this work, because it's work.
And it's different types of people.
And get yourself together, and get your mind together, and get everything around you right. That's work. It's plenty of people out here that want to skip the whole process. They don't want to do the work. They want to just sit there and, hey, man, I just woke up one day, and my God, I had a house. I was married. We had children. We had $10 trillion. And we lived happily ever after. Who wouldn't want it? Something that comes that easy? Because that ain't no work. And that's why it's real. That is not reality. And then in the next sentence, you say he been with him for 2 years and he's still trying to get at me.
That person, a narcissist, just needs somebody to pick up the phone.
Hold on 1 second. I'm about to let y'all attack. I see y'all ready. I see y'all ready. About to let y'all get it. He's still, after 2 years with the new crash dummy, now he's still trying to creep over there with you. And somewhere in your mind, somewhere, you asking the question, he must be happy with her. I know he want to be with me too, because that's just how men are, right? That's just how men are. They the fact that he's still chasing after you don't got nothing to do with he might not be that situation over there. It might not be what you think it is. Possibly. No, Grace. Listen. A narcissist lives in a constant state of karma. Okay. And if you keep trying to save a narcissist, that's the state you're going to be living in.
Yep.
You're going to be sitting right there with them, taking them lumps upside your head, taking all kinds of abuse, taking all kinds of somebody talking to you crazy, talking to you like they can't stand you, talking to you like they hate you, talking to you like y'all on a street corner and both of y'all drunk, ready to fight. That's going to be your life dealing with somebody like that. And then you see that whatever he got for her ain't worth a hill of beans because he's still reaching out. But the last part you saying it's so hard to not let that bother me. You know why? Now, this is the easiest part of it, though. It's still bothering you because you still letting him reach out to you.
Yeah.
See, you ain't made your mind up that you out of this. You still playing with it. It still kind of gives you that ego boost. Oh, he still want me though. He ran over there, but he's still checking for me though. He want this. He want anybody who having it. Okay? Don't look at it like I'm special.
Yeah.
That's what we get tripped out at. Oh, I'm special. This special over here. No. No, it's not. No, it's not. No. A narcissist will deal with anybody who having that crazy mess.
Oh yeah.
Anybody willing to put up with their foolishness. He ain't gonna never leave you alone. You gonna say 10 years from now, you'll be saying the exact same thing. He still be trying to get at me, and they been married and they got kids and they this and they that, and he still be, because ain't nothing changed.
No,
They
they don't have a type. They'll screw anything. I wanted to make this point before I forget that. I want to go back to when you said the Zoom call. For all of you who are new at this and you're going in to court with a child, I wouldn't suggest the Zoom situation because that toxic other person will be sitting on the other side of that screen making sure that they are heard. These people will make sure that their handwriting is on court papers so that you can know that they are involved in this situation. I know because I've been through it. So I just want to warn you guys of this situation. It's to provoke you and to make things harder for you to heal and to get a thrill out of your pain. So be very careful of that situation. It didn't work for me because I had already knew what I was dealing with and I was able to overlook it, but that's definitely going to happen. And I also want to say to Grace, the reason that situation too could be lasting, not just because they found one of us, another doormat. It could also be with another narcissist, and narcissists hate to win. So that other narcissist is probably triangulating. They know probably is triangulating them with their ex, and they're trying to outdo that ex. So they stuck in a situation because their ego will not let them lose. They're not about to lose to another person. So it could be various things going on in that situation why they are there. But best believe in the end, when it all ends, one of them are gonna have to sneak away because the other one is gonna do them in. If they have that big, it's gonna be awful. If it come to a head like the way they tried to drag us and leave us, but they know what they're dealing with, and they're going to have to secretly leave from that situation. And that's why never take that person back, because the other person already feel like they're going to come back to you anyway, and they're going to make your life a living hell. It doesn't end there because you got that person back. That person now is coming after you and him. So be very, very, very careful wanting that situation to end. You're wanting that because you want that person to come back to you, but that person, that man is bringing more trouble to your doorstep than you can anticipate. Leave him in the streets where he belongs.
And another reason is you that lie that a lot of times we have to come before this can work. You have to come out of agreement with the lie that you believe. Lying to yourself, you believe the lie. The more that you still believe the lie, because that's a lying spirit, the longer you just stay stuck, and it's craziness.
Peace. Iron. Can you iron that one more time, please? We need you to go
You
back
have to
through.
quit believing the lie. You still believe the lie that you, yes, that you can keep lying long enough. If you say it long enough, loud enough, it becomes a truth. It's not a truth. They are never who you thought they was. They wasn't the good parent that they portrayed. They wasn't the loving partner that they portrayed. None of that was real. None of who you were when you were in that relationship, that parasitic demonic entanglement, none of you were real. You were fake, they were fake. They needed another fake person because they like being fake. And there are people out here who like being fake. There are a lot of people who are struggling with a bunch of things, codependency, bunch of mental illness, addictions, all of that. They will stay there. They will be in a tent with a narcissist. A narcissist will be with them. They will marry them because they don't want to be alone. Yes, they still want to cheat. Yes, they still want to be bisexual and everything else. They cool with that. They will at least have that person in pictures and have people thinking they still in a marriage when nothing about that means a marital covenant. And we have to really understand what one love is. That is completely missing out of the American mindset of what exactly love is. None of that stuff is love. It's infatuation at the most at the beginning. Other than that, it's demonic torture. That's not love. And the standards have to be upgraded. The standards for yourself, I mean, it has to be upgraded. You won't even talk to somebody that's sitting up there that's willing to be with anybody that blinks at them twice. They are
Yes.
on dating apps. They are on all of this. Anytime they in a car, they always trying to get eye contact with somebody. I talk to a lot of narcissists in practice. They are miserable all the time. Whoever they with, they always trying to get away from them. Like, I just get so tired of pretending. I just hate pretending. And I'm just trying to get on this next level, trying to get on their feet to get a different type of upgraded supply in their minds.
And that's
Upgraded supply is just somebody that's going to degrade themselves more for that narcissist.
and
Somebody
that's
they can talk to like trash in front of people, and that person still be with them. Somebody they can put another person that have sex with them in the next room, and that person still cook for them and they person. That's the type of person they want, because that's the type of demonic fantasies they have.
yeah, and that's why I tell you guys they, never planned on really leaving us like that, because then that other situation gets real. When that situation was supposed to be escapism for them, they cheat sometimes just to have somebody to go to get away from you. They prefer a double life, and that's why they choose somebody who know about you, because they know they can stay with you and then run over to this situation and have that whole thing going on and don't have to worry about being questioned or having to pretend for that person. But then when they run over to that person and you leave them, now stuff has gotten real. And so now they're in the same situation with a whole new person. So now they're looking for another person to be that escapism for them. These people are addictions to them. They are addicted to people. They are addicted to bodies. Y'all think they love video games and drugs and all of that. They love bodies more than they love anything, because They need that attention. A game cannot get them attention. Drugs cannot get them attention. That's just something they do in their pastime when they can't get them voices out of their heads. They go to those vices. But they prefer a body. They are more addicted to people than they are anything.
Good great. Well, I tell you, man, to sit back and to see. Thanks, Grace. I appreciate that. To sit back and to see, it just shows me again, y'all, that the worst part in this is trying to figure out what happened. You trying to figure out, because that's what you beating yourself up about. Did I do this? Was I enough with that? And what does this other person have? And what is, and then your mind just racing, it's running, and you trying to figure out what was it? What did I not do? What did they do that I wasn't doing? You know what they doing that you not doing? Y'all want to know the secret, man, the big secret that y'all just been looking for all this time. I want to know, what is it? What did the other person have? What did they do? They having it. They having something you ain't having no more. That's all. They having it. They don't see the narc for who they are. You do. You've been around that. The narc ain't that stupid. I mean, they stupid, but they ain't that stupid. They know. It's just a matter of time where you're going to be demanding that I act right. It's just a matter of time where you're going to expect me to stop lying and stop cheating and stop doing the stuff that I'm doing that's hurting you so bad. You arguing, you fighting back, you're arguing, you're already trying to hold me accountable. No. This other person believes the lie. The new person believe everything. Man, I learned one thing about being with a narc, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, and this applies to every last one of us. Either you all the way in or you all the way out. There is no gray area. And y'all caught in that gray area.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to say that again because I know that went over some of y'all heads. Either you believe every lie they tell you or you don't believe none of it. And some of y'all think you in the middle of that because you think it's a middle. It's not. It's no middle. There's no gray area.
A half truth is still a lie.
You cutting them off or you still having it. And that's it. There is no gray area. We keep thinking because we hear it. No, you got a gray rock. There is no gray area in narcissism, people. There's no gray area. Either you all the way in and you believe all the lies, all the deception, and you know how you know you still believe it? Because you're still arguing with them because you know it's a lie, but you want to believe the lie. That's how bad it is. You want to believe that they didn't come home last weekend because they was so drunk, or because they caught a flat, or because something happened at the club they was at. They was so crazy and they were scared to come home. And whatever lie they told you, you know it was a lie, but you want to believe it. And they know you want to believe it. But they also know that the way your mind works, you ain't going to be able to justify that lie for long. Eventually, you're going to flick off. Eventually, you're going to say, nah. And the one thing a narc ain't going to do, they know, listen, y'all, they know what it feels like to be without somebody. They know they can't handle that part. They know they cannot handle that part. So they gonna cut you. They gonna make sure they got somebody so that they can have a nice soft landing when all of this stuff falls apart. Because they know it's just a matter of time before you one day you just gonna wake up and you ain't having it no more. And they know they sit back thinking like, well, what if you are just like me and you plotting your way out? Because if you complaining, that means you thinking. And if you thinking, hey man, I better save myself because London Bridge is falling over here. Go ahead and save myself before this bridge completely falls. That's how the narc is thinking because they know every relationship they ever been in, y'all. I know y'all good relationships. They never had one. Every relationship a narc ever been in, they end the same way. Every person the narc ever been with, every person they ever been with will tell you the exact same story that you're gonna be telling the next person. Exact same story. Man, that joker wasn't worth a dang. I mean, that was the worst situation I ever been in. I could not believe I was in something that critical.
And let me say this. I'm going to tell y'all how I know it all end the same way. Because when this clown left, he said the same thing to me that everybody else said. He said he was going to the store. He is labeled in our neighborhood as the milkman because he's the daddy that goes to the store and don't come back. He goes for milk and don't come back.
He said he was going to get some milk.
Yep.
Get some milk.
Yep.
And it's like the first wife of 13 years later, a decade later, she was just like, I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to talk to you, which you got to even be careful with that. But because I had the custody of the son, we had to interact. But she was still having back and forth going on in her mind until she really seen for real what he was capable of doing, even in a appearance of a good situation. Because she always had guilt, because she was like, I always told him I couldn't love him. So she felt guilty, like that's why he acted the way he act. I said, no, that's not why he acted the way he act. He acted the way he act because he's a child of the devil and he need to repent. That's why he acted the way he act. He had love. Like people can have love and God can give him all of this stuff. I seen God hook his life up. I seen him take that same table and flip it over in God's face. That's the type of person he is. That's his nature. So when we sit up here and we still have these half truths or false identities or lies that we believe about this narcissist because we listen to their stories and their crocodile tears and all of that bull crap they dish out with their venomous mouths, we put ourselves in a situation of delayed healing because we refuse to accept the truth. We pick wrong. We got deceived. It happens. The devil is very crafty. We got tricked. If he can trick perfected people like Adam and Eve, who are we? We can get tricked. We got tricked. We wanted something. They fluffed our feathers. They did everything that they can do. A lot of them studied us for a long time before they approached us. That's some stalker stuff. But that's what they do. And they become exactly who you want them to be. That's why they like, oh, I know you like when I do this. You like when I do this. You like when I do that. But when they get confused when you're not the standard, like, no, I don't like that. Don't do that. I don't like the chocolates and all that stuff. Trying to lose weight. Why you gonna get chocolates? Like my teeth, They don't understand when you deviate from the script that they've been practicing on thousands and thousands of people. We have to give them the numbers that they racked up. They've been with thousands of people. And we think like, okay, we probably been with like maybe 10, some maybe been with 20. That's a lot. We can say that's a whole lot. No, thousands with them. Okay, a lot of them coming out of addictions where they were just, that was their life, sleeping with people. And this is, they not capable of forming that connection with us, with any human. They desensitized their body and separated themselves so much they don't feel what we feel. They don't want the same things out of a relationship. What they want is security, I need you to shut up. I'm gonna talk to you crazy. I'm gonna do all of this stuff to you. I need those assets. I need you to make me look good. That's your only job. Make me look good. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
They can please themselves.
Yeah.
They nasty and perverted in ways our minds can't even go. You would sit there and think like, okay, well, we'll do this or we'll do that. No, they want all kind of crazy stuff. They'll try to make you be with an animal. They are on some sick stuff. If you really understood what go on in the narc's mind, they are sick.
And they love videos. They love to do them videos. So be
You
very, very careful.
Don't go sick with them. Just pineapples. You got to get your pineapples on. Go. Please block them. If anybody is still with a narcissist, please use this here, this night to say, this is the night I am done. Because there is no reason to sell your soul for a terrible relationship. That's a terrible deal. The new supply, a terrible deal. You are selling your soul to be miserable. Terrible.
whoo.
To
Hey
have
y'all.
a fake smile. Jeez, fake smile. We're happy. No, they're not happy. It's a fake smile. You did a fake smile.
There
So
it
they
is.
can do a fake smile. It's
Yeah.
fake. Pretend, make believe.
Not most of it, not some of it, all of it.
All of it.
It's fake. Don't forget that. Hey y'all, this has been one incredible night. Ain't it nice to have Keisha back in the house, y'all?
Yeah.
Yes.
Caribbean. I would not go to the Caribbean.
Yes.
Well, I would. Don't look in the water with a camera. You
We
go see some stuff.
we been. Well, on that note, we want you to leave them something. Give them some more, because my goodness, give them something to get them through the weekend. Get us to the next week. Talk
You
to
want to
them
get to the, this was this Father's Day. This was Father's. Oh my gosh.
last weekend.
So it was last weekend, yes.
Mm-hmm,
So I wish I would have been on the Friday before because we could have did the holiday warning. Father's Day, the Narc will come out and try to have those accolades like they're a parent, they'll do all of that stuff. But a lot of people who probably got that Hoover during Father's Day, please, I hope you did not accept it. It may carry on through the summer because this is the summertime and the Narc is trying to like get away and trying to see what all supply they can still have their grips on. Don't be in the numbers. Understand that you were lied to. If you believe the lie, if you believe a half truth, like those giggles we had, the times we used to be laughing and everything, that was actually authentic, you will be duped and you could be swooped right back into the demonic entanglement for destruction. Okay, these people will take out a whole family. It's so many of those on YouTube. They all smiling, they got the pictures, they got the weddings, they do all of this, and then they talk about the person that unalived them and their children. The children be involved. So you have to really, really look at reality. I pray everybody come to reality in 2025. Reality is that was a horrible demonic setup. And if you escape with your life, you should be really praising God because that was with the help of God, because that was not the intention of the enemy. And being entangled with them for a second, it's draining and it takes life energy. Don't do it. Don't listen to their lies. Every time they open their mouth, they're lying. When they lie, they speak their native language like their father, the devil.
Come
They're
on.
not trying to repent. They're not trying to get anything right. It don't matter if they go to church. They're not going to church for the same reasons that other people may go to church to try to get their life together and see God. They're not doing that. They're going to church to get them, and I've heard it said from people, a good church woman or a good church man to destroy, because they don't have no intentions on being faithful. If they're female, they might want to get knocked up, get some security, child support, all of that stuff. If they're a guy, they might want to knock somebody else up just to get a hold of their finances and get that emotional entanglement. Probably put a ring on it so that person won't let go because they don't want to make God mad. That's the setup. This is one, two, three. That's it. Checkmate. That's how they do. So don't believe the lie. Don't believe it. It'll become your truth. Be honest with yourself. You was with a crud ball sent
Mm,
from the pits of hell. It was
mm,
horrible. You made
come
a
on.
terrible decision. That don't mean that's your character. That mean, okay, I got some work to do on myself. I have to love myself. I have to nurture myself. I have to understand and put myself first. I have to cut off toxic people, even if they're family members. I have to cut them off. I have to put boundaries on stuff, even at work, because I cannot be a people pleaser. And then if I can heal and nurture myself and start putting myself first, when it comes to a relationship, I'm not desperate. I can sit there and I can say this is a bad date. I see where this is going. I'm not gonna have a second one. I don't mind blocking people. That's what'll happen once you quit believing the lies. So my hope for everyone after this whole conversation is please stop believing lies that you
Mm,
may tell yourself. And that's
come on.
it.
Come on.
So
Say that.
what I'm gonna leave you guys with, I'm gonna say this, and then what I'm gonna say in the end is gonna be short. But I was on the internet and it broke my heart, and it really, me having this information and everything, I knew that these people were cold. But to see the video that I saw just broke my heart and let me really, really understand what we dealt with. And that I'm glad, even though it ended the way it did, that I truly dodged the bullet in the end. Because this video is viral, and this man, his own child, baby had to be like 8 or 9 months, baby peed on him. He put the baby on the couch and just kept hitting him with the pillow. You peed on me. You peed on me, just hitting him in the face with the pillow. And I mean, I started crying through the video, and it was hard for me to watch. And he just kept hitting him and hitting him. He probably hit him all of like 30 times. And then told the little boy, yes, to come get him and take him to his mother. He grabbed him up like this and said, take him to his mother. And, just gave him the baby like that. The little boy had to be probably like 7 or 8 that he told to take the baby. She upstairs the whole time, he hitting his baby with a pillow. And so the little boy took the baby upstairs, and that just really, really opened my eyes to what could have happened to us dealing with these type of people. And I just thank God that they wasn't in that mindset to end us when they left. I'm glad it ended the way it did. And to land this plane, what I want to say is one of the biggest lies that they told us and that we believed is that they change, that we can change them. When they do something and they come in and they change their behavior for a little while, this is something they did with everybody to make us feel like that we are special and that they did change some behavior for us. And that's what keeps us in these situations fighting, because we light up like a Christmas tree when we feel like we can get them to change behavior. It's like a challenge to us, and we're ready to take that challenge on. And that's what keeps us in these situations, is because that lie that they told us and we then sold to ourselves is that they can change for us and we can get them to change some behavior. And that's what keeps us there.
Mm, wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I told y'all they was coming for y'all tonight. So, as we get to the end of the road here this evening, because y'all can see it's past my bedtime. I'm about to fall out. Good God. It was such a good night. I get so relaxed. That's how I can tell we had a great show. When I get real relaxed, I'm just like, I'm fighting sleep now. Because y'all done brought a spirit into the conversation that has been so relaxing and so soothing that now I just want to rest. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just going to leave you, ladies and gentlemen, with this evening is I didn't start the show with God, but I sure ended it. I'm telling you the same thing. You might not have had God walking with you in your whole life, in your journey, or whatever. But whatever part you decided you was going to pick up and say, man, I'm going to walk with God today. That's all that matters, is that you got there. That's all that matters, is that you got there. And the one thing that God has been working on me with and has shown me and proven to me is no matter what, we win every single time. If you working with God and you say you don't have everything you want, everything you need, I swear you are lying. You are straight. You are lying. You ain't walking with God. Walking with God. That's all I'm gonna tell you, man. Keep that last in your life. Okay. You might not get it first. I ain't the type of guy that's gonna get it first, because I'm gonna try a few different things. You know, God will say, hey, boy, what are you doing? I'll be like, man, I'm over here doing what you said don't do. That's what I'm gonna try, right? But at the end of the day, man, me and my man tight. He got me, man. Good God. He got me, man. And I'm saying he got you too. He got you too. Just walk with God. All of this other stuff, man, we be thinking all this other stuff is important. It's not. When you walking with God, when I'm walking with God, let me just talk to y'all about that. I'm just relaxed. Life is incredible. He's showing me new things, different things. He's showing, hey man, I got this for you. Hey man, right over here, got that for you. Hey man, I still make the wrong decisions. You know what I'm saying? I still do all the time. All the time. I'm still a heathen all the time, ladies and gentlemen. I know that's hard to believe, right?
No.
Let me ask you. But I mean, that's just what it is, y'all. That's just what it is, man. If God already knew, if I got to be goody two shoes, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Might not make it. And that's what it is. Guess what? He's still rolling with me anyway. He's still rolling with me. I ain't goody two shoes. I cuss a lot. I just don't do it here.
Oh, don't I know it?
I'm thinking I was here sometimes, man. I am. I'm telling y'all what it is, man. I'm telling y'all. And he's still rolling with me, still looking out for me, man. Still taking care of me, man.
For sure.
Ain't let me fall not once, man. Ain't never let me fall not once. Even in my hard head stages, he do let me see that. Okay, I'm gonna let you see how hard-headed you are. Okay.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, he clean it up, say, see, and I be like, yup, I'm listening. So right now, man, I be listening now. So, and that's all I'm saying to you. You know, you done tried it the wrong way. You done tried it the wrong way. I did it too. I know you did, because I did it first. Well, I might not have did it first, but I sure did it. Try it his way. Try God's way sometimes. Yeah. Just start out with sometimes, and then get to it. Okay. Just try it that way. And you're gonna see, man, everything gonna work out for the best. It's gonna be perfect. I guarantee it. Y'all hear that part? I guarantee you he gonna work it out, man. I'm telling y'all, sometimes, man, just yesterday, I was like, Lord, man, where am I get this? I need to take care of this bill over here. And man, my money got a little funny over there. You know what I mean? And everything worked this way. Good God Almighty.
Don't it always?
He just worked it out with what I had. I was sitting there like, whoa, what? Say what? God. Good God. I'm trying to tell y'all what it is, man. God got you, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave you just like we came in with nothing but love, peace, so translation. Yes, indeed.
I gotta give my
eat some chicken.
Y'all ain't see I got grease burns on my hand.
Oh gosh.
Yes, all over. Yeah, that's why I haven't been moving my hands. I burned my hand. Huh?
Did you make some chicken?
Oh, I was deep frying some tater tots. I love them. And the grease had got so hot I forgot it was on there. So I tried to move the pot and it spilled over on my hand and just took my skin off, But I'll get it's swollen, so I gotta wrap it. Huh?
Yeah.
Y'all just remember this part. Don't let China cook y'all nothing to eat. Goodness. Y'all see my hands? Y'all see these hands? I just made the best lemon pepper chicken wings on the planet.
You made chicken wings? I really wanted chicken wings.
So what? I made
lemon pepper. Listen here. You ain't
Dang,
seen.
I almost drove.
Yeah, because Keisha was in the chat talking about she wants some chicken wings.
Chicken wings so bad.
I made some beef ribs.
Pepper chicken wings this evening. I went on TikTok, looked up the recipe. Good God Almighty. Whoo, boy, you talking about, oh my goodness. It was so good. I had to jump back and kiss myself. Yeah. Woo. It was good. Oh my goodness, it was so good.
Hey,
all right.
Really want some chicken wings. Dang.
Oh my God.
You know what? I've been meaning to say this to y'all. We're gonna have to do something to get together in one of our cities and do a live in one of our cities. We're going to do that. We're going to have to get together and make that happen soon. How about that, ladies?
I already came to DC. You got to come to me.
I'll go. Y'all don't have the cicadas in Chicago, right? I'll go anywhere without the cicadas.
Nobody would come up there. It's crazy.
Right.
We got the cicadas here. Y'all want to come here? I can't even go outside. I was like, what? They got the red eyes.
We'll go to a neutral location. Let's go to a neutral location. We'll talk. We're gonna go to a neutral location. We're gonna invite. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna invite everybody, and we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure out a way to do it.
I'll go anywhere. I got Delta man. I'm cool. I'll go anywhere.
Good night.
I ain't playing with the chicken.
Peace and chicken grease.